What you're listening to is the live show from August. If you missed it, you got to be signed up for my email updates at IlluminatiWatcher.com. Just go there, hit the Start Here menu tab up top, put your email ID in, and that's the sign-up box, and you'll get a special thank you. You get my first book for free. What's it called again? I don't even remember. A Grand Unified Conspiracy Theory, The Illuminati, Ancient Aliens, and Pop Culture. How can you resist such a great, wordy, long title like that? Well, I'm going to send that out to you, and all my email newsletters where I send out all the update info on the show, my appearances, and so on. Just like this live show, which I give you guys forewarning, like, hey, come join me, get in the chat, all that stuff, right? You can also just sign up for my YouTube channel at Occult Symbolism, all one word. On the YouTube, we cleared the 10,000 subscriber mark, so if you already mashed that, subscriber button, thank you so much for helping me reach this, this milestone here, right? As I rebuild for the third time, I continuously cuck to the YouTube gods, praying they let me back on there. Also, some updates. Since I recorded this live show in August, Taylor and Travis are now engaged, which is obviously manufactured, especially because she did the whole, new album announcement on their podcast. And also, we talk about the Conjuring, and there's the new Conjuring movie dropping this week. So this August show was super relevant for all of us to stay tuned into what's going on in our world. So in conclusion, while you're listening, I've got 2 special side quests just for you. The first one, you got to sign up for that email newsletter update, all right? Now, if you're already on Patreon or VIP section, don't worry. You're going to get notified through those anyway. But if you want that email newsletter updates where you get my appearances, you get updates of when this live show will go down, go to IlluminatiWatcher.com. Up top of the menu tab, hit Start Here, and you'll see it when you kind of scroll down. There's a little box. Just plug your email in. You're done. All right? Second side quest, YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe to Occult Symbolism, my new channel. All right? 10K growing strong. So thank you so much for people that already signed up. Because if you hit the bell, whatever, it'll notify you, I guess. I don't really know. But you go sign up, subscribe, you'll be ready, okay? Links are in the show notes. And if you don't like looking at show notes, just go to allmylinks.com/IsaacW. All right. Well, it's another live show, and it's another struggle for your boy. I don't know what I don't know what it is. They just are too confusing for me. I don't know who's in the chat, but today we've got a banger of a show. Can't wait to drop the knowledge here. We're talking about Taylor Swift's Life of a Showgirl album. It's here. And the occult symbolism is everywhere, and we're going to break it down from the fate of Ophelia to her fragmented alter egos, dissociative identity disorders, witchy numerology, the bathtub confessions. We're going to break it all down here today. We're going to dive into the Labubu toys, their ties to the Mesopotamian demonic Pazuzu, and comedian Matt Rife with his shocking purchase of Ed Lorraine Warren's haunted Conjuring house just weeks after a paranormal researcher died messing around with this toy called the Annabelle doll. We're going to talk about possessed pop culture today. And this is a special live stream episode right here with your boy, Isaac Weishaupt. Now, what you may not see is I want everyone in the comment, drop a comment. Can you hear me okay on the YouTube? Can you hear me okay on the Twitter? Because I messed up. I don't know what happened. I'm going to blame StreamYard. But it made like double listings. I deleted one of the listings. All right, looks like I got some comments rolling through. Okay, good. All right, let's make sure I'm not talking into the void. You know, this is what I hate about all this. Okay, you can hear me? Good, good, good. All right, I'm just going to pull up the, we're going to take about 10, 15 minutes to let everybody get in the chat room. I'm going to grift down on you guys. I'm going to grift down on you. I'm going to grift down so good, baby. And then we're going to do a little housekeeping. Like I said, it's going to be about 10, 15 minutes of housekeeping and whatnot. Just chill. We're just going to chill right now. Let me check and make sure the YouTube's working good. Okay, YouTube's firing. I see the comments. Good. I don't care about Twitter. F them guys on Twitter anyway. Who cares about them? No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't know if the Twitter's showing up right or not. But yeah, I'm going to do a little housekeeping. So if you're listening to this show, I'm going to post it afterward on the free feed, supporter feeds as well, next week, probably on the 22nd, Friday the 22nd. So if you are listening to that version and you're like, man, I don't want to hear all this grifting, I don't want to hear all this housekeeping, well, guess what? You don't have to. You can just fast forward. Like I said, it's going to be about 10, 15 minutes. Okay, good. Everything's looking good on the Twits. It's looking good on the YouTubes. Now, I had some feedback, some constructive criticism about this live stream show, and I'm doing this for you guys, so I will listen to your bitching and moaning. Just kidding. And someone said that they don't like it when I sort of break every 15 minutes or so to read through the chat and such. And I thought, well, that's a fair critique because some people are tuning in because they want to hear the information. So I'm kind of stuck in this realm of either I do a live show where it's just kind of like chatting, chilling, hanging out, or I do a show that's just my normal show where I give you the information, and then at the end, maybe I read through the chat. But I don't like either of those options. I like a mix. So I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. I'm very sorry if that bothers you, but this is the way we're going to do it because I feel like if I do it one way or the other, I feel like if I don't have any content, people are less likely to tune in, and that's what I want. I want to build this community. So I want people to tune in, and I want to address the chat. Here's-y, there's-y, every 15 minutes or so, and we're going to make that happen again today. So that's the plan for now until I read enough feedback on the Patreon and stuff and people tell me what they like and don't like till I can dial this thing in, okay? Now, let's go with the we're going to do a little About Me corner. I'm going to tell you what I've been working on, what I've been reading, what I've been watching. I've been drinking that fire coffee. This episode is brought to you by Mushroomminati Watcher Coffee. My God, look at this. And you get a holographic limited edition sticker of your boy and your favorite podcast. Support your favorite podcast. Mushroomminati Watcher Coffee. It's mushroom-infused coffee. Can you believe that? Not only can you not believe how delicious this is, it's infused with the best, finest, healthiest mushrooms. I read an entire book on... I should do a little show about the power of mushrooms as a supplementation to a healthy lifestyle. But I had my boy Jordan brew us a specific coffee just for this show at occultsymbolism.com. It's a limited batch. Get it while you can. If you love it enough, I will restock it. But it was just a fun little venture I did with my man Jordan. Easily the best tasting coffee. I just polished off a whole pot today. So, go get some at occultsymbolism.com. I sold several of them. And if any of you that bought the coffee are in the chat, let me know if you got the sticker in mint condition or was it all jacked up and folded up. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like a nice holographic thing. It's a little limited print I did just for the coffee. But you can get your very own bag at occultsymbolism.com, which is where I sell the Super Soft Podcast t-shirts. This one's got a little snug. Your boy's been eating too many cookies, all right? This is a large because I'm a large and in charge. But I've also been lifting heavier, so it's a combination of those two things, right? But you can get a Super Soft t-shirt, podcast logo. It's a very, very good conversation starter, I can tell you that much. So let's see here. All right. Southern Take, you should pin the link to that site on the top of the chat room when you go live. I don't know how to do that. Okay, guys, here's what you don't know about me. I'm actually pretty stupid. I don't know much about this technology stuff. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to dial in the show, make it a good video experience for everybody. I'm gonna write that down for next time, okay? How do I link on chat? I guess I could just like drop it on the chat, right? I mean, let me just try that. Yeah, this is a real learning curve for everybody, myself included. Yeah, YouTube's always been a struggle for me my whole life. I don't know what it is. Okay, let me go back to the chat, and then we're going to talk about what I've been working on, and then I'm going to holler at you. And then we're going to talk, I got some good stuff about Taylor Swift. We're going to talk about Matt Rife, Conjuring, the Annabelle doll, some of the background of the occult ideas behind possessed objects. Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And I actually had you guys vote on what day and time you wanted this live show to go down. Sunday evenings was the overwhelming favorite, and I'm down for that. Till football season starts, then we're probably not going to do it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I got a Chiefs fan in the chat. All right. What up, Retro B? Yeah. Joseph called it live. Good. Yeah, see, that's what I'm hoping. I'm trying to build the community. I'm trying to get a place where we can all get together. What's up, everybody? Craig from Mississippi. Shalom. Hunter. Divine. Oh, what's up, Divine from Patreon? Gypsy, Ginny, Denali. What's up, Denali? All right. Miss Kaz, Nikki, Joseph. Oh, yeah, we already got Joseph. Joseph's ready to go down Grifter Alley. Let's go. Yeah, Holly, sorry. I like I said, I created 2 live streams. I don't know how it happened. I got to figure this out. I'm going to do a test run one of these days and really figure it out instead of doing it live on the fly like this. Okay. All right. Can I like play music in the back? I don't know how that works. If I do that, there we go. Play a little music while I'm reading through the chat. Maybe that'll be something fun we can do to kind of keep everybody occupied. All right, Isaac, which Conjuring movie is your favorite? I like all of them. I like all of the movies in that universe, even The Nun. Let me turn the volume down. I like all the movies in the Conjuring universe, like The Nun. I don't know. That's a tough call. I mean, I guess I got to go with the first Conjuring, but they're all good. I haven't seen the new... did I see the new one? I think I did. The one that came out like last year. Yeah, the mushroom Naughty Watcher coffee. That was just a fun little logo we came up with just to kind of hit the mystical element of it. No psilocybin to be found in those. Oh, Brandon's got the original shirt. Yeah, I got an original shirt over there with the sleeves cut off. I almost threw it on. Okay, all right. Now, let's get into... all right, cut the music. Let's talk about what I've been working on. Because we still got a few more minutes till everybody's in here. Let's see. What did I finish? I don't know if I told you guys last time. I took Professor Dana Pasalka had a course. I finished that one. She's got a new course going. I am not in that one. I'm too busy right now with some projects. I'm working on the 1984 book club. That's probably going to be the next sort of deep dive series now that The Shining 1, 2, 3 is completed. I still got a couple more Substack, Dark Enlightenment articles coming out. And then I'm going to write a book on that at some point. I'm actually currently writing my Twin Peaks book. That's going to be a grind. I don't know when that's going to get done. It's taking forever because it's a ton of notes. Then I've got... So the show's coming out in August, whereas, of course, The Shining 3-parter. The next episode coming out, beyond this live stream repost, we're going to have an interview with 7 C's. Controversial figure. He's calling out truthers, as he should. I already interviewed him. That one's been in the can for a couple weeks now. I'm going to drop that one here at the end of August. That one's going to be real good. Tune in for that. Then I'm going to work on a Fight Club film analysis. I finished reading the Fight Club book. 1984 book review. That's probably a 3 or maybe even a 4-parter. There's a lot to get through with that. I interviewed Hidden Life is Best, the Shakespeare expert. That one's going to come out in September. Then even much further down the line, some projects I'm working on casually in the background. An MK Ultra deep dive. That project keeps expanding on me. I'm doing some film analyses of Legend, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I got to watch it. Goonies, I want to work on that for Cheryl. She requested that. And Gravity Falls, which I'm almost done watching all the Gravity Falls. Now, another thing to know is that if you go to my link tree, allmylinks.com/IsaacW, you can find, I've got a link to all my appearances and interviews that I've made. Like recently, I was on with, oh man, who was I on? Here for the Truth. I couldn't think of the name of the show. Here for the Truth. That was a great show. We had a couple viral clips going about, we talked about Kobe and Michael Jordan and some of the occult symbolism to be found with those two, which is a lot, as you know. Then, let's see. All right, what movies are we watching here? Oh, what's up, Southern Take coming in with a super chat. All right, coming up on center stage, Southern Take with a $10 tip. Now the movies I've been watching, I finished Childhood Zen, a 3-part series. I recommend that highly to everyone who's into occult, alien, apocalyptic sort of stuff. I've never read the Arthur C. Clarke book. I don't know how accurate it is to the book, but the movie itself is fantastic. It's 3 1.5 hour parts. I actually watched it when it came out years ago, but I wanted to look at it through fresh eyes because Donna Pasolka talked about Childhood Zen pretty extensively in her course. Excuse me. Hitting puberty again. It's all that testosterone. And then I watched Sunshine. Someone wanted me to watch Sunshine. I don't remember where. But I watched it. Heavy on the Saturn stuff. I'm going to do analysis on that as well. A little mini analysis. I don't know how I'm going to fit that in. Might be in the September live show. Then I've been watching these horny movies because me and Josie we're working on a bonus show for Breaking Social Norms discussing horny movies. Particularly and I'm gonna go back through the chat, folks, for like people writing stuff. I'm gonna go back through. I just saw Southern Take with a $10 super chat, and I appreciate you. Thank you. I just wanted to call that out while I saw it. But I watched. So anyway, we're gonna talk about movies growing up in the 80s and 90s that were formative to, I don't know, sexual awakenings, I guess. You know, because we get a little spicy over there on Breaking Social Norms. And so I've been watching some of these movies that I had never seen from the 80s and 90s that were, you know, supposedly the horniest movies of the day. I got to be careful what I say on YouTube here. I watched Body Heat from 1981. Anyone seen Body Heat? Oh, what's up, Chaz? I don't know if anyone's seen Body Heat. It's about Florida man doing Florida things. And it's hot. It's hot as in humid. Everyone's sweating the whole time. Then I watched Color of Night with Bruce Willis, which I always was under the impression was a very horny movie. In fact, it was very controversial back in the day for being too horny. It was terrible. It's an atrocious movie. I was watching it, and I was like, why is this movie so terrible? Why is it so long? This is terrible. And they said it was supposed to be filmed like a Italian giallo, which, you know, if you know horror movies and giallo, you know that the plot isn't the greatest, the acting isn't the greatest, but that's not what it's about. It's about a vibe. It failed to do that even. I mean, it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Then I watched Fatal Attraction, which has long been on my watch list. Never seen it. I'm sure some of you guys in the comments have seen Fatal Attraction. Yeah, Cruel Intentions, Chad. Most def. That's definitely on my short list of formative movies. Fatal Attraction. Boy, was that an overhyped movie. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible movie. Michael Douglas must be good at dropping that pipe, though. He was in continuous movies, knocking down chicks left and right. Didn't he get throat cancer, too? I don't know. Then I've been working on some books. Like I said, I finished Fight Club. I finished this big old book called Spirit Worlds. It's an encyclopedia, The Library of Esoterica, all right, by Toshin. These books are absolutely beautiful, okay? And I got the privilege to interview the creator, Jessica Hundley, about these books, and I can't recommend these enough. When I do the interview, I'm going to post a link. You can go to, if you're interested right off the bat, You see that? You catch a Argento Inferno movie trailer poster? Anyway, I got the pleasure to interview her, and she's a great person. She told me that if you go to the Library of Esoterica Instagram and hit their link tree to buy the book, the portion of the proceeds of the sale goes to a nonprofit that takes care of women and children in war zones. I think it's called care.org. But you'll see about that. I'm going to drop that interview in a few weeks. I just finished that book to interview her. I'm still working on a bunch of other books, like I talked about last time. And I finally picked up this crazy book. It's called The Game of Saturn. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this book. It goes for about $100. It's a big old book. But it's supposed to really break down this Saturnian death cult, because I'm going to do a massive Saturnian deep dive probably early 2026. So look out for that. If you got questions about Saturn and the Black Cube and the death cult, I'm going to have your answers. All right. It's pretty pricey. But is it worth it? I don't know yet. I haven't even cracked it yet. I just got it. Now, I've been working on a lot of projects lately. Like I said, I got a Substack article on the trailer for the movie Him by Jordan Peele that's coming out soon, as well as a YouTube little video I made. So be sure to, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, at Occult Symbolism, like and subscribe. We're trying to rebuild, folks. We're trying to rebuild. We're almost at 10,000. Who can be number 10,000? All right. If you're number 10,000, you hit that sub, shoot me a screenshot. All right. I want to see it. But I did the Dark Enlightenment Part 6, where we talked about the Washington, D.C. stuff going on right now, and how that could be tied into Peter Thiel. We talked about what else did we talk about on there? Oh, yeah, the Freedom Cities thing. That's right. So check out the Substack. It's illuminatiwatcher.substack.com. Then I'm currently working on Breaking Social Norms. We're going to do a rundown of this latest appearance. By the time you're listening to this, you'll probably be able to stream it if it's out already. But Representative Anna Paulina Luna was on Joe Rogan talking about the Book of Enoch, talking about interdimensional aliens. What's going on? Is it a massive psyop? Is it prepping for Project Bluebeam? We're going to break it down. I'm still doing a little bit of homework on who she is and what her background is. She was an Air Force vet too, so it's fine. She was in the Guard. It's fine. Then we've got all these deep dives, right? I got The Shining done. I'm working on 1984, MK Ultra, Saturn. That's kind of longer term stuff, and I'm trying to get this Twin Peaks book cracking, right? Let's see, some stuff I got coming up, some appearances I got coming up. I'm going to be, hopefully, if this works out, on Higher Side Chats again here soon, and I'm going to be working with Jamie Hanshaw once again on her YouTube. I've done several shows with her. The super fun. Check out her channel, Jamie Hanshaw's YouTube. I don't remember the name of it. It's called Out of This World? I don't remember. If anyone knows the name of the Jamie Hanshaw YouTube page, drop that in the comments. We did several shows together. We're doing another one in October. And then my man Joel Thomas. We're coming through with some banger ideas. I don't want to spill the beans yet, but we got a cool two-parter we're working on right now. All right? So busy, busy, busy. Then in the middle of all this, I'm going to be up in Twin Peaks area in October for the what do you call it? I'm terrible with this name. What's the name of it? Where they do like the Twin Peaks celebs are doing a road tour thing. I'm going to be up there in October. So, what should I ask? I'm going to meet Ray Wise and Cheryl Lee. What should I ask them? Drop it in the chat. What should I ask them? A couple more things man, I got a lot of housekeeping. Sorry, everybody. This is a lot more housekeeping than I anticipated. Okay, yeah. So a lot of people were asking me about the tier 2 videos, the video version of the show on Patreon and VIP section, and I'm gonna explain how this works, right? Because every time I drop a new episode on the supporters feed, it's Patreon VIP section, Apple, for The video tier 2 folks on Patreon and VIP section, you can go to the index of links that I update, and you'll have a private, unlisted, ad-free version of the show in video form. But that means you got to go into the tier 2 video index. There's a link for that in every episode show notes, okay? And if you have a problem finding that, shoot me a message, okay? On Patreon or the VIP section, you should see my email address in the show notes and the emails and receipts, okay? Now, if you're already on the Patreon app and you're like, hey, I don't see it, sometimes you got to refresh that Patreon app. You got to swipe up or whatever you got to do on your phone and get rid of it and refresh it. I've noticed that myself with Patreon. I got to like back all the way out to the beginning to reload the comments. It's confusing. Also, Patreon, I unlocked the chat feature, so be sure to hit the chat. I get in there a couple times a day, and we're just having a good time. That's what it's about. It's about building a community. And if you want to be a part of that community, just join up. Patreon.com/IlluminatiWatcher. There's a chat now. So you've got the chat, you've got the comment section, and you've got a Discord for Patreon. Whichever one you like, they're all on fire, okay? Like in the comments for today's show, Jess was saying that they bought a Labubu doll for their child, and the child had horrific night terrors that night at 3 a.m., no less. All right? Because I read these comments, so... let's see. Oh, almost forgot. Okay, so if you are Patreon or VIP section tier 3 or 4, right, big dog status, around the second week of September, around September 11th, no pun intended, check your email. Whatever email that you've signed up for, because I'm going to shoot you an email. I've got a special gift for you. All right? I'll talk more about it, what it is, when we get there, but it's basically, I'll tell you what it is right now. Who cares? I got these exclusive Super Soft Podcast t-shirts, right? Looks just like the one I'm wearing right now. But on the back, it's going to say Inner Circle for the Tier 3 folks or Grand Architect for the 4th tier folks. Because that's what I've relabeled all the tiers. And the only way to get those shirts is to be on a Tier 3 or Tier 4. I'll explain more about it when I actually get the shirts in stock and all that. So, check that out. Also, if you're looking to get shirts done, check out my man Dustin over at Bryant Prints. Okay, he's opening up to some new customers. I was just talking to him, and he's like, "Hey, I can take on some more customers." And he's been great. I've been working with him for years. He does all the shirts for me. You can find him on Instagram at Bryant_Prints. All right, I'm gonna type it in the chat. It's, let's see if I can do this. BRYANT_PRINTS. Bryant Prince. Shoot him a DM. Tell him Isaac sent you, okay? We don't have an affiliate or nothing. I just, he's my boy, so I want to hook him up, and I want him to know that I'm hooking him up. All right. Maybe he'll hook me up. I don't know. It's not what it's about, but it's about trying to keep it local, trying to keep it, small biz. Now, one quick thing about the Discord, then we're going to mailbag, a new segment I created, and then we're getting into the content. And if you're moaning and groaning, I'm very sorry. I'm here to have a good time with you guys tonight. So there's a user on the Discord that goes by the name of Redacted, and the avatar is the smoking man from X-Files, the man smoking the Morleys. And this user found something that's pretty insane. And the thing they found, he or she, I don't want to assume genders, February 10th, 2023, there was a UFO shot down over Alaska, okay? And the U.S. government said they couldn't find the crash debris. They suggested it was probably a Chinese spy balloon because the week prior was when we had that one that went all across America, and then they shot it down over the Atlantic Ocean, if you recall, right? So this supposed balloon crash land, got the debris crashed near the Prudhoe Bay oil field in the water, and we do this massive effort to recover it. Story goes that they weren't able to do it. They abandoned the mission, whatever. Kind of weird. Well, Redacted was watching X-Files and said that if you watch season 2, episodes 16 and 17, there's a storyline about Mulder looking for a downed UFO in Alaska, and they provide the GPS coordinates, and Redacted plugged those coordinates in, and turns out it's just off of Prudhoe Bay. So it was like a 30-year predictive programming event, in a way. And I looked it up, and season 2, episode 17, is called Endgame, and it's about a sub patrolling off of Alaska that comes up on a UFO underwater that Mulder ends up going out to investigate. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, what's interesting is that it was written by a guy named Frank Spotnitz, who was the guy who created a show called The Man in the High Castle about the Nazis taking over America, based off of Philip K. Dick novel, who wrote the Valis novels and all kinds of crazy stuff. Ties us into a lot of occult stuff. So kind of interesting stuff there, okay? You're listening to the free feed of Occult Symbolism and Pop Culture, which means you're missing out. Help the show out. Get rewarded with bonuses. Join any of my 3 supporter feeds. You'll get the ad-free experience, early access, and unlock hundreds of bonus episodes the free feed losers don't get to hear. You can also score free books, discounted merch, and more. The most popular option is patreon.com/IlluminatiWatcher. The easiest one is Apple Premium, where you sign up on the app. The cheapest one is my own, IlluminatiWatcher.com VIP section. Compare the 3 platforms at IlluminatiWatcher.com. Hit the VIP tab up top. Links are always in the show notes. Ooh, yeah! Hey guys, has it pissed you off to watch cryptos fly up in price for over a decade and you've still done nothing about it? It makes sense. Crypto is complicated and it's really boring. Well, here's the good news. You don't need to know a thing about crypto to make the money that so many people have. The CopyMyCrypto.com membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTube's James McMahon personally holds, which means you just copy him. It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest. You simply copy along. So let me tell you more about James. He runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which has over 54,000 subscribers. In the summer of 2020, he told his viewers to buy 26 cryptos. Had you put in $100 into each one, it went on to be worth over $123,000. Of the 26 cryptos, his top pick of the year, the one that he singled out, called Phantom, went up 692 times from what he said. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify this yourself. So if you'd like to join the 2,800 members who copy James, then pause what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/Isaac. That's copymycrypto.com/Isaac. That's spelled ISAAC, right? Double A for double awesome. And you're going to find proof of everything I've said, but my viewers get full access for just $1. And you'll join me too, because I'm also a member. I've been watching James's videos and listening to his advice for years now, and I'm telling you, he knows his stuff. I've been banking fatties, and let me tell you, 2024 so far has been real good in the crypto market. And yes, you've missed out on Bitcoin, but there's over 2 million other cryptos. Do you really think you've missed out on all of them? Guys, don't waste any more time. Go to the site and read it. Once again, copymycrypto.com/Isaac, 2 A's, so ISAAC, and you get in for $1. It's ended money worries for so many. It may just do the same for you. Link in the show notes as always. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Then we're going to hit mailbag, and then we're going to get into it, okay? We're going to get right into it, all right. Okay, let's see where we're at. Now, I need Josie in here. Josie wasn't feeling too good, but I don't know. We'll see if we can get her in here. Hunter wanted to get Josie on here. I thought that was a fun idea. She's not feeling too good right now. We'll see if she comes in. There's a new Spielberg movie coming out. That's right. There's a new Alien movie. I think it comes out next year by Spielberg. I suspect it's going to be heavy on disclosure. Pretty interesting stuff. Chaz is here for the horny movies. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get weird. Have I seen A Clockwork Orange? Yes, Chad, I have. One of my favorites. Weird Science for research purposes. Oh, that's a classic. Love it. Eddington. Yeah, I need to watch Eddington for sure. Isn't that Ari Aster? I still haven't seen. There's a couple of his movies I've slept on. I got to catch up, but yeah. Yes, Chad. Indecent Proposal. Definitely one of the best. I haven't seen it yet. Definitely ranked as one of the best 80s, 90s horny movies. I'm definitely checking that out. It's on my little short list. I think I got 2 more to watch, and then we're just going to let it rip. Need more Twin Peaks content? Tasmanian Damien wants more Twin Peaks content. What do you guys think about that? I'm going to guess not. I'm going to guess nobody wants that. They've had enough. I could do more. Yeah, that 4-hour breakdown. I watched that 4-hour, the one with millions of views. I can't swear on here. It's trash. It's trash. What is he talking about? I don't. I was like, why do people like this thing? I mean, there's elements of what he's saying. I've got notes on it because I started taking notes, and I was about 2.5 hours in, and I was like, this is stupid. I don't like it. I don't like the guy. I think he's condescending. I think his theory is trash. I don't like it at all. So I agree with you. I think the kid is way off. Yeah, Wild Palms. It's on my list. Something else I got to watch. I haven't watched it yet. I watched half of the first episode. I was like, oh, this is good. This is real good. But it's hard to find because it's like you got to stream it off one of these skeezy bootleg sites because you can't find a copy of it anywhere. Body of Evidence. Loved it. Yep. That's definitely one of the best. And it's Madonna. What's there not to love? You know what I'm saying? My Kabbalah queen. I'm literally standing on business today. My hips hurt. It's all this CrossFit. There's all these hinging. We do all these hinging motions constantly. My hip flexors are wrecked. Palantir, yeah, well, that's all terrible stuff, right? Oh, you don't think Representative Luna read the Book of Enoch? I don't think so either. She was real confused about when X-Files was on and Indiana Jones was on TV. I was like, what are you talking about, lady? But I've got my opinions that I will provide on breaking social norms. I got to do a little more research on it, but yeah. It's fine. She's fine. Look over there. Oh yeah, yeah. It's all a distraction because they want to talk about anything but those certain files. Howley says all the talking heads that aren't Christian warriors are freaking out with all the religion talk in the UFO space. Yeah, and because it is tied into spirituality, I think there's elements of what Luna was saying that I agreed with. You know what I'm saying? So, Jamie Hanshaw is the name of the YouTube channels. Thank you, Southern Take. Weapons. I know. I need to watch Weapons. People keep telling me to watch this Weapons movie. I'm gonna check it out. I got so many movies to watch. I just gotta find time to do it. Richard said, "I lived in Africa as a kid, and I saw spirits attach themselves to different trinkets and such." All right, we're gonna talk about that today. Chad said, "Hey, bro, on your first live, you said you would send me a shirt and get a hold of you, but I haven't been able to." Oh, we're gonna. All right, yeah, Chad. Hang on, Chad. How do I copy? I'm gonna delete. How do I hide this? Oh dear. Now I showed everybody. Hang on. Let me write this down. We're all chilling, right? We're in no rush. I'm always rushing. I've decided I'm not gonna rush anymore. All right, Chad. I don't know when I told you I'd send you a shirt, but I believe you, okay? I'm gonna write your Addy right now. I'm going to write it so good. In fact, I'm going to look you up. Are you on VIP section or something? I need your email, Addy. So, but don't put it on here. I'm gonna hide your comment here. Now that everyone's seen it, I'm gonna find you. Okay, shoot me an email. Isaac Weishaupt at gmail.com. Okay, Chad. Yeah, I'm super high tea right now, Michael. I'm sweating profusely. I'm so tired of this weather. Jethro, what's up? All right, Reality Czars. Shout out Reality Czars. Check out our interview last month, June? When was that? Yeah, X-Files is an OG show. Donut. Oh, man, I feel honored. Donuts in the house, too. All the legends are here. I saw a clip. Paranoid American got a shout out on Joe Rogan with my boy Sam Tripoli. Can you believe it? I gotta watch it though. Oh, Divine wants Josie. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, the Sam Tripoli was on Joe Rogan, and the cruel irony of it is I'm watching this Representative Luna interview before I get to watch my boy. You know what I'm saying? Miss Cause is currently watching Twin Peaks. Just started. God bless you on your journey. I'm going to give you the same advice I had to give myself because I had my doubts throughout the whole show. You got to watch season 1, season 2, Fire Walk with Me, then season 3. You're going to have ups and downs. Just plow through. Even if you're like a little lost and like, wait a minute, what happened? Just keep going. Because you're going to have to watch. This is going to be, I know this is going to, you might want to sit down when I tell you this. You're going to have to watch this whole series more than a couple times. And I know that sounds painful right now because I was there too, but you're going to want it. You're going to want to watch it more than a couple times. So don't even trip. Where do I find a list of the movies you've mentioned so far? Oof. I don't know. I don't think I have a list anywhere. I'll think about that. Divine says, mainly when you are speaking of Twin Peaks, are you mainly talking about the movie or the show? Both, right? They're all in the same universe, right? There's a serial killer in Portland. Isaac called it. Did I call that? I don't know if I called that. Yeah, we'll talk about Matt Rife here soon right? Chaz says, yeah, literally the first day we got him the Labubu. Oh, okay. This is who wrote it on the Patreon. He had crazy sleep terrors lasted 20 minutes, like he was in an aggressive trance and he was sleeping with it. Coincidence? That is kind of weird. All right, Diggs. Shout out. Oh, thanks, Nikki, for the the hymn trailer was great. All right, Diggs is working out. I love it. Get your little cardio in. Do a little extra for me. I ate too many pumpkin chocolate chip cookies today, this whole weekend. Oh, I'm just it just feels good to eat like a fat slob sometimes, But then I got to pay the price and be like, okay, let's not do this anymore. All right, okay, we're almost caught up. All right. Sam was going off the rails a bit. Well, I mean, that's Sam, right? I guess so. Which episode? Oh, here we go. A question about me. Thank goodness. What episode of The Unexplained with William Shatner are you on? I'm on an episode. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm too scared. What is it? I think it's called Secret Societies. If you go to my... Oh, dear. Let me go to my... Oh, I'm such a mess. Hang on. I thought I had a link to my appearances. So I've got as I was saying earlier, I've got on allmylinks.com/IsaacW. You can go there. There's a link to my appearances and interviews. And on it, you can find things such as that. So, for instance, Unexplained Season 7, Episode 9, Secret Societies, published on June 20th. All right? Here's the link in the chat. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know where you can watch it. I'm too scared because I don't want to look like an idiot. It was my dream come true, and I'm worried. Nurse, how do you say your name? Nurshard? I did a full 23-hour watch of Twin Peaks when it came out for Halloween where I lived. Oh, yeah, there you go. I think they're doing the Twin Peaks The Return in the theaters soon, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, all right. We're going to get into the show. Oh, new segment, folks. And I'm stealing this. I'm calling it right now. I'm stealing this from a show that I enjoy, that I watch, called Super Retro. All right? If you like 80s, 90s retro stuff, check out Tuck and Will over at Super Retro. I wanted to get them on my show. I think they're scared. It's okay. I don't blame them. I'm a CD. I live in a seedy subculture. This isn't for everybody, so it's okay if they don't want to do it. But I'm a huge fan of Super Retro Podcast. You've probably seen their clips on the Instagrams, but they're on YouTube. Check them out. But they do a segment called Mailbag. And over the years, I've gotten so much beautiful mail and gifts from you guys. And I think, what a squandered opportunity that I've wasted all these years. Because they know what they're really entertaining. And they have a segment, Mailbag. I'm stealing it right from them, okay? But I'm telling them I'm stealing it, so that makes it all good. Blunt letters. Constantly sending me fun mail, postcards, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. They sent me a postcard about a X-Files parody that's done up in... where is it done at? Here, let me read it. And this is part of the reason I'm doing this. Hey, Isaac, been too long since I've dropped you some weird mail. This show is put out by my friends in San Francisco. There you go. It's so fun. You've been killing it lately. Thank you. Dream come true. I'm still sore about Coast to Coast. Dream come true. Yes, it is. My third appearance on Coast to Coast a couple months ago. I don't know. I don't know if Blunt Letters wants me to share all this info, so I'm going to cut it there because they talk a little bit about family stuff. But the point is that at the bottom, the Postal Service cut off the thing and it says you need to research, and then I can't read what it says because they put let me cover up all the stuff here because they put like a sticker on the bottom. You can't see it anyway. Who cares? So anyway, shout out for the mail though. Appreciate you. Blunt Letter's always sending fun mail. I never get to sort of say my appreciation, but I think it's fun when people send me stuff. Okay, so send me anything you want except for anthrax. I don't want that. I got a P.O. box. Get a hold of me if you want it, okay? And I'll check it out. And if you're on the Patreon, when you sign up for Patreon, I've now got like welcome notes for new signups, and I put my P.O. box on the thing, as well as like how Patreon works and all kinds of stuff. So if you sign up for Patreon, even if you've already signed up, you should be able to still see that welcome note that tells you all about Patreon, where you can get your downloads of my books, where you can get the tier 2 video content if you're a tier 2 person, and my postal P.O. box. So yeah, that was Mailbag. It was a small segment, but we're going to start it, and hopefully you guys send me some cool like 80s action figures, like super retro guys. Okay. Comments real quick. Comment catch up real quick. Then we get Taylor Swift. We're already at 40 minutes. Man, I'm long-winded. And you hear how fast I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to get this done. Okay. Jethro, about to listen to Shining Part 3 on my nightly walk. Hell yeah. Supporter feeders. That's the way to go, Jethro. And Mercenary, I need to see Fire Walk with Me at the cinemas. I'll have your episode on it on cue as soon as the credits roll. Yeah, it's a great movie. Probably my favorite movie of all time. I felt so sorry for Shelly when I met her. You met Shelly? Like, wait a minute, what? Which Shelly? About like Shelly Johnson? Like on the show. Okay, I think I get that. Okay, all right. That's all I got. Okay, Taylor Swift. Let's go. 41-minute mark. Now we're into the content. My Team Double R Diner folks sent me a notification that Taylor Swift was in the news because apparently she's dropping a new album. I didn't know about this. It's called Life of a Showgirl. And much to my surprise, when I looked at the imagery, the album cover is her lying in a bathtub, submerged in water, like up to her sort of like face. You can't really tell if it's a bathtub, but later she basically says it, and I'll tell you why when we get there. This is a short segment, by the way. What I can tell is that the first track is called The Fate of Ophelia, which refers to the Shakespearean character Ophelia. Shakespeare, of course, being Francis Bacon, as we will all find out when we listen to my interview with Robert from Hidden Life is Best. But it's a character from Hamlet, because Prince Hamlet, he meets his little baby girl, Ophelia. That's his lady. And I've never seen it, apparently goes mad, and she drowns to death. Now the album cover shows Swift in the body of water, and it shows her fragmented, which is dissociative identity disorder, alter egos, which is humorous since there's actually a feature on this album with Sabrina Carpenter, which I did an entire deep dive on, with her MK Ultra type symbolism shown on her music videos, okay? Lots of drama with that Sabrina we had. I released here's what happened. I'll let you in on the gossip. And this isn't trash talking, this is just what happened behind the scenes. Months and months ago, there was a Reddit post about Sabrina Carpenter, and I saw it. I didn't really read through it, I just saw it. And I thought, okay, I'll read this later. It was on the conspiracy Reddit. I went to look at it later. It was taken down. I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay. Weeks later, someone says, what happened to that Sabrina Carpenter post that got taken down? Then someone posted it. Someone had archived it. And I thought, oh, okay, there it is. Cool. So I read through it and I was like, oh, okay, there's a lot going on with Sabrina Carpenter. Let me do a show about it. So I did the show. And as you heard at the beginning of the show, hey, what have we got here? All right, everybody. Josie's here. All right, here we go. Here we go. What's going on, Josie? How you feeling? Good. Do you like the live stream? We got 231 beautiful people here. Oh, fun. And she brought her little dog. Yeah, they were asking for you. So there's Hunter. Hunter's here. All right, Divine's here. They are looking forward to the horny movie show that we're gonna do.
Oh.
Give us a sneak peek. Give us a sneak peek. What's one of your favorite horny movies of all time?
What's a good horny movie?
Give us one. Give us one. To tantalize.
Okay, one of my very first. This is embarrassing.
You don't have to explain it. You can just say which one it is.
Dirty Dancing.
I'll
say Dirty Dancing was like one of my very first.
There you go.
So.
And I get that. Patrick Swayze. I mean, come on. Who can deny Patrick Swayze, oiled up in the 80s,
he was hot.
dancing?
Yeah.
I mean, even if she was a child and he was a grown adult.
What? Still be that way.
Was he?
I don't know.
I don't know. Wasn't she a teen?
Don't do that to me.
Well, all those 80s movies. I mean, look, Twin Peaks is the same thing. It's like all them girls were in high school. Every single one of them was in high school. All the characters. So that's just how the 80s and 90s rolled. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay.
It's the family.
So we're gonna do a countdown. Dirty Dancing is gonna be on your list.
What is that one? Is that one hot?
What's that?
Traveler's Wife?
Is that the one? That's the one with Johnny Depp and Charlize Theron, right? Is that what that is?
Oh, is that sexy? I'll watch it. Tell me.
Can you hear that?
I don't know. Tell me what to watch.
Someone said Two Moon Junction. I haven't seen that yet. That's got Sherilyn Fenn. What else is they got on the chat here? Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that's Big Tuna. She's she's chilling. She's got some bad knees, so we're gonna save up for some knee surgery. It's all right. Okay. Well.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by.
I just want to say hi.
Thanks for stopping by.
Anybody got anything fun to say?
We're just hanging out. We're chilling.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Taylor Swift being in the Illuminati, which will surely get me banned from this YouTube also, just like she did the first one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming by.
Hey, push me out.
I was giving you a little hug. I was like, thanks for coming by. Okay. She's gonna go lay down now. Her hips hurt. My hips hurt.
It's killing me. It is killing me. She's fat as fuck.
Well, it's a fisheye lens. It's a fisheye lens sort of thing.
Good. I look fat. Fuck, man. Why? Why does it do this?
You look great.
I don't know if any of you guys. Okay, I just started feeling a little bit better. I just started using that stupid like Go Pure cream that's supposed to help like tighten your shit up. My body is on fucking fire right now. I can't even barely think. It's burny. So if you want to get tight for the summer, for the end of the summer.
We need affiliate links.
No. I don't know if it works. I'll let you know, but my shit is on fire.
Okay. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. That was Josie, the beautiful Josie coming through. Yeah, we'll talk about Dirty Dancing, and I know you got a couple more on your horny list that you didn't mention. Should I guess a couple of them?
Yeah.
Blame It on Rio.
Okay, that's weird horny though.
Oh, you're gonna have to explain yourself, I guess.
Blame It on Rio was like, like when you are new to horny and anything sexy is like sexy, but you don't have new horny.
New
horny's
like the JCPenney's catalog works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it's not like rewatching it. You're gonna be like, this is problematic, But
the 80s were problematic. Everything back then was problematic. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Do you want to hang out and watch the chat?
I'm gonna read the chat.
Okay. All right. Hang on. I gotta let me move this over.
Leave some grass. I'll let you know if it works. But right now, I don't know if my stomach's fucking red. Is it red?
Yeah, your stomach's red. It looks like you got scratch marks.
Look at that. This shit.
It's hard to see on the screen.
Man, I am on fire. On fire. So.
Species. That is weird, horny. Cruel Intentions. Good. Yeah, I agree with Cruel Intentions. What else were they saying on here?
Go back college. What's that?
Huh.
Oh man, my stomach. Truly. I think that's what it is. It's not the Go Pure. It's the Truly one. That's what I have. That shit, I've literally got out of the tub, rubbed that shit on my body, and it is burning. It is on fire. I am dying. Species, weird, horny. Okay. See. Show us your boobs. Jason, you can handle it. My tits, let me tell you, my tits used to be perfection. They were perky and nice. Now they're 44-year-old tits, and they're not as fun as they used to be. They used to be so fun. But, you know, it's what happens. Yeah, you know what happened? I got fat. And my tits got real nice. You know, fat girl tits are the best tits. Then that's the truth.
Don't get me banned on this. We're on YouTube.
Oh, I forget.
It's a family show.
Okay, but now that I lost a little bit of weight, my God, it's just, you know, they're hanging to my fucking. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
You're frickin'. You're frickin'. Someone, what they say here? Yeah, anything with Jennifer Connelly is horny. That is true. Why is Jennifer Connelly so horny?
Oh, she is. Yeah, that is true.
I think the first time I seen her in a movie was Requiem for a Dream, which was very disturbing.
That was upsetting.
Yet, like, I don't know. Kind of. But wasn't she in that 80s movie with the mannequin in the mall?
No. Oh, no. That was with the Target. She was at Target.
Target, yes.
What was that called? Anybody remember that one? It was like she was at Target. She got locked. She was going to steal from Target. She was like super wealthy, and then she was going to steal from Target, and then she was on you remember those mechanical horses? And she was, and the one guy was pushing her. I can't remember the name of it.
She had big cans too, right?
Yeah, she had nice. Yeah, she was beautiful.
Cans. I started saying cans because Sam Tripoli said it. Sam Tripoli called them cans, and I was lying.
They're gonna sit here. They're gonna start balling each other.
Hey, now listen. Brandon says, "Have y'all seen the Jamie Lee Curtis promo?" I have. She is thick, boy. You haven't seen it? You should see it.
I'll look it up. Career opportunities. That's what it is. Career. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Zach.
Huh.
I was just looking to see if that was somebody I knew. All right.
Okay.
Old sugar tits. That's right.
What's Mel Gibson's sugar tits? What does that mean?
No. That's what he was calling people. I think he got drunk and was calling. He was saying anti-Semitic shit, and then
calling people sugar tits.
And then calling them sugar tits.
That's funny.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Love you.
All right. Love you.
Bye, guys.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, she was in Dark City too. That was a classic movie. Welcome to Titty Talk. Hey, it's better than Cash Daddy's Horse Talk, right? That's more entertaining than Horse Talk, right? Dark City. So I did a breakdown of Dark City. Diggs, if you go to my index of all episodes, you can find the Dark City movie breakdown. One of my favorites. It's also very Gnostic, right? All right, Divine said, see ya. And Mercenary, we love you, Josie. Okay.
All right, I'm going to go. All right. Now. Okay, for real this time. Bye.
Okay, she's going to go. Okay. All right, back to Taylor Swift. Yeah, Diggs, check it out. It's on there. Okay, just to recap, let's go back into Taylor Swift. New album cover. She's submerged in water. First track is The Fate of Ophelia, which is about a woman named Ophelia who drowns, right? And then on the cover, you see fragmented imagery of Taylor Swift. Also a track with Sabrina Carpenter on that album, which we talked about. We were talking about the gossip, right? I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So what happened was the Reddit post happened. It got reposted. And yeah, that was the Mrs. Josie, Occult Symbolism Mrs. And I did a show about it. Ironically, just pure dumb luck. There was a guy named Izzy Griffin who had already covered Sabrina Carpenter Symbolism, right? I didn't know who he was, like not like in a shade way. Like I didn't know who he was. He'd been on Tinfoil Hat a couple times already, I guess. And he did a show about Sabrina. So naturally, we both covered kind of the same topics, right? Because it was kind of the thing. And the day after I post my show about it, he was on Tinfoil Hat talking about it. And it was like the worst timing ever. And Izzy was kind of like, we had gone back and forth in the DMs. It got a little heated. But he was kind of like, hey, man, you stole my stuff, bro. And I was like, first off, I don't know who you are, man. And blah, blah. We went back and forth. But it has a happy ending. That's why I'm like, I'm not airing out drama. But like, we kind of went back and forth on it and come to the realization of like, I think he kind of was like, oh, okay. Like, he kind of didn't know who I was and I didn't know who he was. And he was like, okay, this was just kind of dumb luck, right? So yeah, we kind of kissed and made up, and we're planning on doing a show someday here. I got to find the time to do it. He's done some pretty good research on Rick Rubin, apparently. So all's well that ends well. But yeah, Sabrina Carpenter for sure. Illuminate, confirm, illuminate, confirm all day, just like Taylor. All right. Now, and ironically, I'm low key a Taylor Swift fan. I don't know where this came from. I don't know. I started listening to. I think I'm just getting old. I think maybe my T levels are dropping. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I kind of like her music. I like that folk album she had. Pretty good. So this new album, The Life of a Showgirl, drops October 3rd, which you got the numerology of 10 plus 3 is 13, which is her favorite number, as you already know, because I've talked about her countless times. And 13 is, of course, a very witchy number. It's the number of witches in the coven, because she has all these witchcraft sort of associations that we've talked about in the past. And as you know, my first channel got torched because of that. Now, this new album cover, the news of it supposedly broke the internet, but I don't believe anything I see anymore. I don't believe anything I see with popularity of podcasts, numbers of downloads of songs or podcasts or anything. I don't believe any of it. I think all of it is bot farms. This is all culture creation. They want to buy streams to make you believe that everyone's listening to this thing, and it's just not true. But as the story goes, she had broken the news on her boyfriend's podcast, New Heights, the Kelsey brothers, and it had 1.3 million viewers on the YouTube premiere, which broke the previous record, which was held by Joe Rogan and his bestie, Deep State Donald, which is ironic because Deep State Donald massively triggered by Taylor Swift. So kind of strange. I don't think Donald's going to love that too much, I'm going to guess, because he's very, very sensitive to those kinds of things. Now, this is what Taylor Swift said about this new album in this article on Elle magazine. She says, "This represents the end of my night." The album cover, right? The artwork where I say she's in a bathtub. "So when I'm on tour, I have the same day every single day, and my day ends with me in a bathtub, not usually in a bedazzled dress." So there you go. Illuminate confirmed. She's in the bathtub on the album cover. What does this point to? Does this point to Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina, that kind of bathtub? Brittany Murphy, maybe? Who else was the dude? Who's that young guy? Aaron Carter? The chick from the Cranberries? Jim Morrison. It just goes on and on, right? It just goes on and on. Okay, quick comment, catch up, then we go to Labubu. Labubu toys. The voodoo dolls. Leaves of Grass says feminine rising, which is irony if you catch my drift. Oh dear, I do catch your drift. Is that a movie? Feminine Rising? Yeah, Diggs, you saw the Tinfoil Hat episode. Yes. Good. Collective consciousness. People get mad, but sometimes, yeah, I agree. Sometimes we're just tuned into the same stuff, especially because when you're talking about occult symbolism and pop culture, these are things that happen. So, it was just crazy dumb luck that we both were. He had done an extensive video about it before me. His was paywalled. And again, in my defense, his was paywalled on his Patreon. So, and I didn't know who he was, and I don't subscribe to his Patreon, so I clearly didn't see it. But I just wanted to clear that up because I think people were like, hey, what's going on here? Some funny biz? And I'm like, no, man, I've been doing this since 2011. This is no funny biz. Because I actually enjoy doing the research on these things, So to me, that's no different than some people using AI to do their stuff for them. It's like, I don't know, I like doing this stuff for me. It's like this Twin Peaks book. I thought about it because I've got hundreds of pages of notes, and I thought I could just drop this in AI and it could spit it out and I could be done. I really could, but I don't want to do that because I enjoy the process, and I find it rewarding, and I don't like the idea of us farming out too much of our personalities to AI. You know what I mean? Oh boy, let's see. Oh, good. Twitter's working. Man, my screen's flashing. It's because I don't know what's going on. If I drop it down to 480p, my screen won't flash anymore. Yeah, Matthew Perry went out in the hot tub. Yeah, yep. Divine, you're right. Rihanna. I did a whole piece. I got to re-upload it because it was on one of my Torch channels about her anti album, which was full of occult stuff of her crossing the abyss. I mean, it's crazy. And I think that was her last album that she did, to be honest. Okay. All right, Labubu toys. As if you didn't know what Labubu toys were, that is these fuzzy little creatures that you're seeing going viral. They've got these big grins and these, sharp teeth. And they're based off a trilogy book called The Monsters by Casing Lung. And these books were released in 2015, but relatively recently a Chinese retailer named Pop Mart started selling these Labubus. These are the monsters in the book, okay? As the story goes, Rihanna, a bunch of celebrities sort of put these into the mainstream, has made them famous, and now they're like, what are those things called? Beanie Babies or whatever, And the theory that's going around on the socials is that these toys are based on demonic entities like Pazuzu, which is the Mesopotamian demon in The Exorcist, excuse me. Also, Pazuzu was featured in a Simpsons Halloween episode called The Treehouse of Horror. I don't remember which one, which they're clearly the best Simpsons episodes. But the Treehouse of Horror had the Pazuzu, same entity from the Mesopotamian exorcist mythology. Now, that old sneaky Snopes, they had an article on this claim, and they point to an interview with the creator, that Casing Lung guy, and he describes the inspiration for these stories, and he said, and I quote, "I also remember reading many fairy tales from Northern Europe and Scandinavia. I spent a lot of time reading in the library to improve my Dutch. After my studies, I was preparing to become an artist. I always thought about my childhood, what I've read, and what I've always loved. So I've always come up with something related to the fairy tales and what I loved so much when I was a kid. Further, the fan-operated archive Pop Mart World described the monsters as a Nordic fairy tale and wrote of Labubu specifically. At the heart of it all is Labubu, the most iconic monster, recognizable by her pointy ears and serrated grin. Though her mischievous appearance suggests trouble, Labubu is kind-hearted and always eager to help, even if her good intentions often lead to chaos." So, that's interesting, right? Because I can't get a copy of the book, I don't know what that means exactly. I read chaos and I think of the theories of the occult symbolism of Saturn and such, right? But let's talk about Pazuzu real quick, because that seems to be a major crux of this argument that Labubu is somehow the same as Pazuzu, which it's not. But Pazuzu is a demonic figure associated with the wind. It's considered both a evil spirit and a protector from other evil spirits. It's what you call a apotropaic entity. But its arms are in the as above, so below stance, like the Baphomet, right? Go with the Bobs. And we talked about all of this with my film analysis for Late Night with the Devil that I did in 2024. Because in the movie, no plot spoilers, but the doctor character is speaking to a spirit. And the doctor says, "You were cursed by Anum and Antum, Lamun and Durum, the underworld and those that lie in it." Now, Antum, which is mentioned there, which I think there's also a horror movie called Antum, by the way. I haven't seen it. But Antum was a Mesopotamian earth goddess, with Anum being the sky god. and they were associated with the Mesopotamian ideas of an underworld, which also had this demon Pazuzu as one of the inhabitants. So it does link together, right? And if you listen to that episode I have on Late Night with the Devil, you'll hear in the conclusion about how I believe it's tied into the Bohemian Grove and this cult of Apraxis, which is trying to reconcile Lilith and Pazuzu. They're trying to make these opposing forces, these opposing polarities come together, which is often a concept you'll see with apocalyptic fantasies of the occult all the time, right? So to get back to Labubu, which again, I don't see how we jump from Labubu's being Pazuzu. I mean, besides the names are similar, there's not a whole lot else that's like the same. I'm not saying that it can't be. I don't really get it. I don't see that. So I thought, well, let me track down the book, and I can't track it down. So, I mean, that's about as deep as I can take this. But on Casing's Instagram, he posted some images from the book that I was able to track down. One of them is the story of Puka, and it shows a six-pointed star, the Star of David, the Seal of Solomon, right? Which is also believed to be the Star of Renfram in the Bible. Now, whether or not it's the same, like that's like Bible nerd territory that I'm not too smart with, but the actual Star of Renfram is believed to be the star that represents Moloch, right? Which represents the idea of human sacrifice, right? And the ideas of worshiping Saturn and Saturn, Kronos being the devourer of children, right? Which is why they would be doing this stuff and giving their children to Moloch under the Star of Renfram. Now, more interestingly enough, the Star of David, which there's a Seal of Solomon, which is supposedly got the six-pointed star, which is how Solomon controlled the demons to build the Temple of Solomon. But if you look at a six-pointed star, you could argue that it's a flattened cube, right? So again, another reference to the idea of Saturn worship, and that ties us into the Saturn death cult stuff and these theories that there's a Saturnian death cult that wants to create suffering and needs blood sacrifices to keep appeased, which, again, I'm going to do a deep dive into Saturn early 2026, all right? So we'll get more into that, all right? Let me go back to the comments, then we're going to hit Matt Rife, and boom, we're outie, okay? And while you're waiting for me to read the comments, go to occultsymbolism.com, check it out. Mushroom infused coffee. My goodness, I still got a few bags left. Don't you want? I sold a bunch. If anyone on here bought a bag, tell me if the limited edition sticker that you got with it came intact or if it was all folded up and bent up. I mean, I don't know if you can see the image on the video, but it's a beautiful sticker. It's a beautiful sticker. You wouldn't believe it. I've never seen a sticker so beautiful. Let's see here. Yeah, Brady Bunch. Okay, remember the episode of the Brady Bunch where they went to Hawaii and the mask brought them bad luck? No, I don't, actually. I used to watch a ton of Brady Bunch as a kid, too. Oh, I missed some. Sorry. Let me go back further. My bad. What really happened to Garland Briggs in Twin Peaks? Was he taken to the White Lodge? Oh, that's a $1 million question. We don't have time to unpack that. We're not really sure what he did. Even in the books, you don't really get a clear answer as to what happened. But let me think about that. Let's see. Luce, I've noticed something about the day. Yesterday was the 16th, which is 7. That's when I subscribed to your channel. Oh, interesting. Are you live on Twitter? I think so. It should be. I don't have time to check, but it was working when I started this. Yeah, it should be live on Twitter. I wonder what Labubu was. I thought they were adult toys. No. I think kids are into this Labubu stuff, you know? Trilogy of Terror. All I remember is the one with the Tiki Terror. I don't think I've ever seen that. Okay, Leaves of Grass loves the Trilogy of Terror. Karen Black, Tiki Doll. Boy, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm gonna have to look this up. So sometimes there's like an age difference thing. I don't know what your guys' ages are. Trilogy of Terror. Oh, dude, it's a 70s movie. This should have been right up my alley. Oh, I'm definitely checking that out. Yeah, because sometimes, like, younger people, they think that the one I pick on all the time is Trick or Treat. They think that's, like, one of the scariest movies ever, and I'm like, this movie is terrible. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Which, to be fair, I bet if young people watch Friday the 13th, they're probably like, this is so stupid. But, you know, it's just an age difference thing, generational thing. But I'll check that out. That looks pretty cool. I love 70s horror movies. Yeah, Juno says, talking about the horny movies, 9.5 weeks. Funny enough, I just started watching that. I'm about a half hour in, and I think that one is definitely going to be one of the good ones. All right? I think so. I got to see where it goes, but so far it's very seductive. It was Mickey Rourke before I don't know, whatever happened to Mickey Rourke. In the movie Late Night with the Devil, there's a mention of parasites and demons when that guy hypnotizes the producer and he thinks he has parasites. Yeah, that's right. That's pretty creepy, right? Very Argento-esque with the faces turning into the bugs. Eat the bugs. Someone asked Jethro if he's out there walking. Star of Renfram, yes. All right, Diggs. Fish in the Percolator, a criticism of Christ. Oh, interesting. Good. That's a deep cut. Isaac, what's that print on your wall with the ladies wearing animal masks? That was, you know what? That's just like we looked up occult art on Etsy, and that was just a print we found. I have no idea what it is. It looks creepy, so I like it. So I put it on there. George. Oh, did you get that holographic sticker? Did it come through okay, or was it all bent to crap? That's what I'm trying to find out, if I should keep sending these out with the coffee, or if I should just stick them in the books. Because usually I just put them in the signed paperbacks, but I got those specifically for the coffee people. And thanks for your purchase. Appreciate you. Let's see. First season of Evil. People keep telling me to watch this Evil show. I haven't seen it yet. My apologies. They show demonic sigils. They show the boot go with the bobs. Okay. All right. Critters. Critters. Wasn't that Kevin Bacon? Was he in Critters? Oh, yeah. 9.5 weeks is, like I said, I'm only about 30 minutes in. So far, I'm like, okay. I think we're on to one. I think we finally found one. I watched several duds. And 9.5 weeks, I'm like, okay, this one's kind of freaky. I like it. Oh, Cheryl, what's up? Cheryl, I don't know if you missed it. Shoot me an email, Cheryl. We'll just keep it short. Shoot me an email. Oh, I'm spilling protein and creatine everywhere. Evil season 2, best season ever. Okay, well, I mean, I'll have to check it out. Cabin in the Woods is scarier than it appears. I like Cabin in the Woods. I thought that was one of the best movies I've seen in the last 20 years of a horror movie. Tremors, that's what I was thinking of with Kevin Bacon. Ophelia equals the mean Ophelia. Okay, good take. I once knew this girl that was in a witch coven, and she could cast a spell in the bathroom and everybody would clear out. She casted a spell in the bathroom and everybody would clear out. My man, what is going on over there? The Hateful Eight movie is classified as a Western, but was more of a horror movie. I don't know if I've seen The Hateful Eight. Have you done deep dives on any of the Evil Dead movies or show? No, I haven't. I should, though, huh? Because there's like a Necronomicon in that, if I'm not mistaken. I'm watching Descendant tonight about UFOs. What's Descendant, Luce? Descendant about UFOs. What is that? Is that a documentary? Okay, George. No, it was in the book. Okay. So George, you got the book and the coffee. All right. Well, shoot, I can't really tell. Coffee is fire. There you go. You heard it here first. Is there a way to subscribe on the coffee? Oh, George, you're making me sell this coffee so easy right now. Not yet. I'm seeing how this sort of test batch runs. If there's enough interest, then we'll figure out something. But right now I don't have it, and the price is really high because of how it was kind of like a test limited batch run. If there's enough interest, I can try to figure out a way to make a subscription thing work. Anyways, yeah, it was kind of a test run to see how it goes. But yeah, if anyone else is interested, mushroom it's easily the best mushroom infused coffee on the planet. I say that without hesitation. I've tried several of them. They're all terrible. Isaac, what about a combo with coffee and Twink Peaks mugs? I don't have any Twink Peaks. I don't have any coffee mugs. I did have coffee mugs back in the day. They're all gone. Coffee thug. Trapping. We trapping that coffee, baby. Cabin in the Woods is pretty much a cult, and they wear 5-pointed pendants, and, well, we don't want to spoil the plot there, Highview. So no one read that comment unless you're ready for some spoilage. Yeah, Brandon, check it out. See what you think. And if you're on the Patreon VIP section, I have 10% off codes, but they don't work with the coffee because I would be paying you to take the coffee because that's how thin the profit margins are. Which is going to be outrageous because you're going to go to occultsymbolism.com and you're going to look at this coffee and you're going to say, Isaac, that's $30 for a bag of coffee, bro. And I understand that, and I do get that. But if you look at that coffees that are infused, and this is so Jordan, he gets organic coffee and organic mushroom infused oil extracts, but we don't have a USDA organic label on here because to get the label you got to jump through a bunch of hoops and it costs more money. So then the price of the coffee goes up even more just to put the sticker on it. So it's premium stuff. I'm telling you, it's the best there is. I drink it every day. Probably too much of it. Okay, all right, let's get into and shout out, guys. Appreciate you guys. Matt Rife. This is our last. Oh, we're already at our last article here. And then we're doing an in conclusion, and then we'll catch up on chat. And then we're going to start the dreaded day job week soon. But let's not talk about that. Let's not bring the mood down, right? You know comedian Matt Rife. Well, he he's been into the supernatural for a while now, okay? I've seen an episode of him on Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans. I'm a big Ghost Adventures fan. I've been watching it since day one, right? As you know, my experience into the occult and paranormal goes back to 98 when I was with the Utah Ghost Hunter Society. Back before it was on TV, I had no idea. My boy put me onto it, and it was when I was in the military. I was stationed out here, and we were sitting at work, and he was playing these EVP tapes. I said, what are you doing, bro? And I remember the first tape I heard, the first EVP I heard, they were out in this field, and they played you could hear a cowbell like dinging, right? I said, what? And he was like, yeah, there's no bells around. That he says that's the sound of a demon when you hear the bell. And I said, you're crazy, bro. And he always made these crazy faces. We'd listen to these EVPs and you go and they get all crazy. So I started going on these EVPs with him and ghost hunts, and I seen crazy stuff. And then I got crazy experiences, and I said, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. But that's when it all started. 99, excuse me, not 98, 99. So anyway, Matt Rife and a YouTuber named Elton Casty, they bought the Connecticut home owned by Ed and Lorraine Warren, which didn't surprise me because I already had seen him on Ghost Adventures. Like, okay, he's into this stuff. And what they plan on doing with it, apparently, is to create an Airbnb, and they will become the legal guardians of this haunted museum with 750 paranormal artifacts. Over the next 5 years, they'll have the sort of lease, the legal guardianship over these things, which includes the Annabelle doll. So suck on that, Zach Bagans, with your haunted museum with the Ed Gein bowl of bones and the Kevorkian paintings and Volkswagen bus and the Bela Lugosi mirror, right? No, I'm just kidding. The Zach Bagans Museum in Vegas is a must-see. If you're into this stuff, you'll feel creepy on the way out. Trust me. I've done the Museum of Death in Hollywood. Poor Josie, I dragged her to all this crazy stuff. She's a good sport though. But yeah, this so once Matt Rife gets this thing going, am I gonna go up there? I don't know. I always say no. I don't want to be around this kind of weird energy. But then I'm always so intrigued. You know, there's always part of me that's like, I'm kind of interested though. I want to see it. So this Warren house, before Matt Rife bought it, was apparently set up for paranormal visits and experiments and such, and was run as an actual museum until 2019. I didn't know that. Then some zoning issues came up. On Realtor.com, they said the nickname, they used to call it the Occult House. And there was no price given on what Matt Rife paid for this thing. But I saw it on the news, and I thought it was really insane because this was just a week after there was a researcher that was a paranormal researcher that was on a tour with the Annabelle doll named Dan Rivera. And it was called the Devils on the Run tour. And he would go around the country and he was showcasing this Annabelle doll. And when he was in Gettysburg, of all places, he died in his hotel room, which is pretty insane. Coast to Coast AM did an article about it. It says, the tour, which kicked off in May, sparked controversy in paranormal circles as some argued that removing Annabelle from the Warren Occult Museum, where it lives in Connecticut, could unwittingly unleash chaos. There's that chaos word again. That pesky, pesky word. To me, I think it's a dog whistle to Saturnian death suffering in a way. Not does Coast to Coast know that when they write it? I don't think so. But I do think there's like a subliminal, archetypal type thing there. So there's something to it because it keeps popping up all the time, right? And it's the whole order out of chaos thing because Saturn represents this like idea of chaos creating our world and it bringing the order to create the material world. Again, we'll talk about it on the Saturn Deep Dive someday. To that end, many noted the burning of a historic Louisiana plantation and the escape of 11 inmates from a New Orleans jail following a tour stop in the area as proof of the troubling theory. Which I think there's only one guy left that's on the run still, by the way. While Rivera dismissed such assertions during a presentation on Saturday, his sudden death the following evening will undoubtedly and unfortunately be attributed to the doll in the minds of those who believe that Annabelle has the power to cause such a tragedy. Now, if you look into this, the doll wasn't like in his hotel room when he died. But then the police also said there was nothing suspicious about his death, which is kind of crazy because he's pretty young. So back to Matt Rife. After this thing happens, he still insists on buying the Conjuring house from the current owner. Because him and that YouTube guy did a ghost hunt at the Conjuring house last year, and that's where they actually met Dan Rivera, who was the handler of the Annabelle doll who died. Now, where this gets kind of strange, where it gets into looking at Matt Rife and seeing if he's Illuminati confirmed, we go back to December of last year, 2024. And he had got baptized, apparently, Christian. And I hadn't heard about this. Shout out to Emily Hagen. Go to emilyhagen.substack and check out her. She has a paid article. You support her work. We've done lots of work together. She was on the House and Habit blog for a while with me. We were doing lots of stuff. But she had an article about Matt Rife. And I didn't know, but he got baptized just in December, right? I got that Costco creatine. I don't know if you guys are hitting that Costco creatine. It's pretty good. Because they're saying now, a lot of the juice heads are saying you're supposed to take like 10 milligrams a day if you're a man who's like, lifting weights, consult your doctor, blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to hit 10 milligrams, and I was buying the cheap stuff on Amazon, but it was messing my guts up. That Costco stuff's legit, though. It's good. Anyways, Emily on her Substack directly asked Matt Rife if he sold his soul. You're going to have to subscribe to her article to read more about what the results are. But now, if you go to ChristianPost.com, they told us about the baptism of Matt Rife. It says, comedian Matt Rife said he recently got baptized in a pool following the death of his grandfather. Even though he hates church, he wants to believe in God. That's kind of weird. Is it not? He says, I got baptized in August in a dude's pool. So not December, my bad. The 29-year-old told Giannis Papas and Chris DiStefano, host of the History Hyenas podcast, in a recent episode. Rife, who clarified it was a Christian baptism, said he didn't grow up in a religious house, but would occasionally attend church with friends a few times a year. When his grandpa died 2 years ago, he began thinking about God more and more. Quote, I've never been a super religious person, but when my grandpa passed away, something hit me that I was like, I'll never see this person again. So something has to exist. I skew Christian, so I started going to church a little bit more. I hate church. I find it excruciatingly boring, but I want to believe in God, and it's obviously a huge part of the process. Now, to be fair, I understand that sentiment. It is tough, man. It's tough. It's not an easy path to walk. I myself don't go to church anymore. Not out of like protest or anything like that. I just fell out of the habit, and it's hard. It's hard when you're out of the habit to be like, oh yeah, let me wake up early, because like we're not early people over here. If you guys didn't know that, we stay up pretty late, and like to get up at 8 a.m. and then like get dressed and go to church, like oh, oy vey. I guess that's tough, and that's me making excuses for sure. So I kind of get it, right? I kind of get what Matt's saying, and it's a bummer that it's that way, but it is sometimes. But the article goes on to discuss how other comedians like Rob Schneider, Russell Brand, and Joe Rogan all becoming more Christian. Now, Matt Rife is interesting because he came up through a comedian named Dane Cook, all right? Now, Matt Rife saw Dane Cook when he was 15, and he says that that was who inspired him to be a comedian. And he reaches out to Dane Cook, and Dane Cook, being the kind of guy who can't resist being around teenagers, starts to mentor him. Major update, folks. I've had to move my online store from Gumroad to my own website, so now you can find all of my author-signed books, super soft shirts, and a brand new health grift, my own branded mushroom-infused coffee called Mushroom Watcher Coffee, all at occultsymbolism.com. I've written 9 books so far, working on a couple more right now, and you can pick them up, signed from my shaky, callus-laden CrossFit hands, and shipped to your door. There's also a couple of bundle deals you can take advantage of, like my Oops, All the Books bundle. And, of course, I've got those Super Soft Podcast logo shirts that say, these nerds are going to kill us on the back. Never been more appropriate than in our modern times. You'll have people stop to tell you they agree with you and that you're super cool for listening to Occult Symbolism and Pop Culture. Finally, I've got this new product. I worked with my coffee plug from San Diego, Jordan, to give my listeners the best mushroom-infused coffee on the planet, called the Mushroom Watcher Coffee. It's a whole bean coffee with flavor notes of candied orange, sugar, and plum, but more importantly, it's infused with 6,000 milligrams of mushroom extract. Reishi, chaga, Mishima, lion's mane, turkey tail, shiitake, blaze, agarigan, and oyster. It's one of the healthiest mushroom blends, and it becomes bioavailable when you infuse it into the coffee. I read this whole book on medicinal mushrooms by Christopher Hobbs. He goes through the countless studies that prove the effectiveness of supplementing a healthy lifestyle with mushrooms for physical and mental superiority. It's like you're plugged into an electrical socket, and it tastes so good. You won't believe that there's mushrooms in there, because I've tried several mushroom coffees in an effort to get more mushroom supplementation into my life, and they're terrible. But not Mushroom Watcher Coffee. Super smooth. Finally, if you're on Patreon or VIP section, I had to update your 10% off discount code, so check out the show notes for your new code that you can use at occultsymbolism.com. I can't offer the 10% on the coffee, though, because the profit margin is so narrow, I'd be losing money on every sale. So there you go. Support your favorite independent voice in podcasting at occultsymbolism.com. Links in the show notes. Let's see how that goes over in the chat. Rob Schneider is the stapler man. That's right. You get the joke. It's a South Park reference. Rob Schneider is a carrot. I think. Anyway, I'll reserve my opinions. Dane Cook. And the reason I pick on Dane Cook. And I actually am a Dane Cook fan. I think he's really funny. His early stand-up stuff was hilarious. But he used to hold these things called game nights, right? And we talked about this on the Isaac Cappy episode back in February 2020. If you haven't heard that, check that out. Should I put a link in the show notes for the non-live losers? Sure, I'll do that. I'll make a note. For the non-live losers. That's got a good ring to it. I firmly believe in shaming people trying to support me, if you didn't know. I'm just kidding. I think it's funny. I like to troll a little bit. Anyway, so there was an Isaac Cappy episode I did in 2020 where I think we talked about this even, but he was infamously dating a teenager named Kelsey Taylor when he was in his 40s, and he met her when she was 17, supposedly waited to date her till she was 18, and then married her. She was 24 when they got married. He was 51. Is it sus? Absolutely, it's sus. And I had some beef. If you listen to my Isaac Cappy episode, I had beef with some of the Isaac Cappy stuff and the theories. Because he's like, he's like all these other. I'm starting to get fed up, right? I'm starting to get fed up with a lot of things in this conspiracy world. I'm getting fed up with for years now, celebrities like Isaac Cappy. Oh, I'm hanging out with all these people that are messing with kids, and it's disgusting, and I'm going to bring it down with zero evidence given to us at all. None. Nothing. No evidence whatsoever. Can you believe it? Same with the aliens and UFOs. Like, oh, everyone's seen proof of aliens, and they've gone to these government things, and they've seen crafts floating with anti-gravity. No photos, no evidence. Bob Lazar, I believe him, especially because that was the 80s, and like not everybody had a cell phone camera on them at all times. But I'm just like, I just feel like people are just dragging us along with this kind of stuff. And Isaac Cappy, he supposedly had that dead man switch, and again, it's like this vague thing. Is it really an Isaac Cappy dead man switch or not? It was that video of like little kids in a room doing weird stuff. It's a weird video, but it's like, dude, can we just see the evidence instead of all this weird, all these celebrities are like, even Corey Feldman, who I think was subjected to trauma. It's like he had like a pay-per-view where he's like, oh, I'm going to release the names of the people. And it's like crazy, man. It's like, is this what it is? Do I have to be on this side of the things? Anyway, so a topic I didn't really dig too deep into on the Isaac Cappy show was this thing of game night parties with Dane Cook. And some of this will be allegedly so, but we know that he had these parties because he literally posted the images on Instagram and tagged all these underage girls, and they're still up there from what I saw in my research. I didn't see it with my own eyes. I saw someone on TikTok claiming, when I was researching this, claiming that the Instagrams are still up from 2015. So if you want to scroll through Dane Cook's Instagram back to 2015, you can fact check it. But a Newsweek article from 2022 talked about all this. I mean, that's pretty mainstream, right? Countless Reddit folks, TikTok videos. The one I was referencing to give my flowers. Chef Liv Vasquez did like this 9-minute video that's pretty good on it. And basically Dane Cook would have all these famous people, celebrities, comics, hanging out for game night with a whole bunch of kids, underage girls to be specific, teenage girls, under 18. From 2015 to 2017. Very strange. Now, names that pop up for the teens that, again, are tagged on the Instagram photos, allegedly. I'll put allegedly just to keep myself out of trouble. Bella Thorne. And Bella Thorne, one of these Disney child actors, she said she had been SA'd repeatedly between the ages of 6 and 14. She was 19 at when she was at these parties in 2016, to be fair. Kelsey Taylor, who Dane Cook would eventually wife up. Isabel Furman. Joey King, she was an actress who was born in 1999. And in 2019, she started dating a director named Stephen Pyatt, who she would also marry. She was about 19 when she met him. He was 35. Saxon Charbino, she was 15. Emily Aylin Lind, she was 14. Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's kid, she was allegedly, from what I read, choked by Isaac Cappy at a game night that was held at Seth Green's house, because Seth Green's name comes up in all these things. It's pretty wild. But in the Newsweek article from 2022, they said that Seth Green and his wife also attended these things. And they've got photos of it. In the photos, you can see Isaac Cappy. A photographer named Tyler Shields was there, and he's apparently controversial for having very violent photos. He's the one that took the photo of Kathy Griffin holding Donald's head, if you recall that one. Allegedly, Dax Shepard, which is surprising, right? Jeff Ross, who's got allegations. Again, I think he's funny with the roasts that he does, but if he's into this stuff, man, and he's got to go, right? Chris D'Elia, Justin Long, who was friends with Ashton Kutcher, who there was an episode of Punk'd where he was punked into believing he was buying alcohol for underage girls, and then they're confronted by their dad. Weird stuff. Zachary Levi, who he was the star of Shazam, and later went super hardcore MAGA with anti-stabby stuff, right? And a lot of these guys have all these SA allegations you can dig into if you're interested. So lots of weird activity is all I'm going to say. But all these folks were hanging out for different game nights, right? They were playing games like Mafia. That's the official story. The TikTok I saw from Chef Liv Vasquez says it's actually a game called Secret Mustache Man, Little Mustache Man, Charades, or a game called Werewolf. And people said that the games were emotionally taxing and put relationships at risk. What were they doing? Was it like soft swinging games? I don't know. But if you look at the photos that you can find on the internet readily on Newsweek and such, you'll find there was a lot of old guys hanging out. And the story is that Dane Cook and Seth Green and all these people, they'd arrange these parties for these old guys to help these young girls' careers. Wow, that's really nice of them. And if you look at the photos, it really drives the point home because these dudes look old and these girls look young. And Kate Hudson, she threw game nights also, attended by Chet Hanks, Reese Witherspoon, Johnny Knoxville, Britney Spears. And Chet talked to Drew Barrymore on a talk show, of all people, about this. Because, she grew up going to parties, too, as a child in Hollywood. And Kate Hudson was on Kelly Clarkson talking about it, about this Mafia game night and how Tom Hanks would be there. Uh-oh, shots fired at Tom Hanks. She invited my man Leo and Anthony Hopkins, apparently. I didn't hear anything about her parties being with like teenage girls though, so maybe hers were fine. I don't know. But the question, to bring it all back in conclusion, was Matt Rife at these Dane Cook game night parties? I mean, it would make sense. It was around the time he met Dane Cook. He was the right age, but they only invited teenage girls, so I don't know. The TikTok video claims he was. I didn't see any personal, real photos or evidence though, so I don't know that. But the timing is sus. And Matt Rife, like he wasn't he hooking up with Kate Beckinsale? Like she was like much older, which like, if we're gonna roast the guys for being with teenage girls, like we gotta roast the women too then, right? I think all is fair. But I stand by firmly that if they're adults, I think like it gets weird, right? If you're grooming a teenage girl and waiting for her to turn 18, like that's creepy. That's creepy. There's something wrong with you. If you're 50, 40, hell, 30, I think all that's creepy. Should we arrest someone? I mean, if both people are legal consenting adults, and if you can go die for this country, I mean, I don't know. It's a real dicey question for sure. I think it's creepy, though, and I think we should be able to call it out and say that these people are creepy. So in conclusion, we got two major pop culture moments revolving around inanimate objects or dolls possessed by evil forces. We got Annabelle and Labubu. And in the occult, there is a belief in spirits inhabiting objects or attaching to objects, right? In witchcraft and voodoo, there is a process used to bind spirits into what they call spirit vessels. And what they do is the practitioner would consecrate an object as an empty vessel and then do ritual incantations to invite and bind a spirit and seal it into the object. And in ceremonial magic, they would use a grimoire, like the Key of Solomon, to force an entity into the vessel, which I would guess a spirit wouldn't love that, right? To be trapped into the vessel, which you could argue could be like ChatGPT, if you believe in the idea that AI is sentient. And that's kind of what the Dybbuk box is at Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. And if you look at the Dybbuk box, it's got the Kabbalistic Tree of Life inside of it, which again ties us into, Hebrew mysticism, if you will. So the question is Annabelle or Labubu possessed? Let's look at this. Annabelle, I think Annabelle could be. A medium told the Warrens that a young girl named Annabelle had died and wanted to stay in the doll. That's why it's like a Raggedy Ann doll, but they call it Annabelle because that's the spirit in the doll, supposedly. But given all the activity that the Warrens had on it, I mean, the Warrens thought that maybe that story was a lie, but they thought it was actually a demonic deception, that there was actually a demon in the doll that was lying and saying it was the girl named Annabelle, which is why they sealed it into a museum in a glass case, and they put these prayers and seals around it to bind it into this larger vessel. And then, they decided to take it out on a road tour, and bad things happened. What about, so I think Annabelle, yes, I think so. What about Labubus? Well, it's hard to know. They come off a factory line, so it would require a significant amount of effort at the factory and a lot of extra spirits lying around to do this sort of thing. But to defend it, I mean, the Ouija boards are mass produced, and it's kind of similar, right? It depends on the intent of the owner. It makes it, if Labubus have a possession element to them, it would be like a portal in a similar way to a Ouija board is a portal. It's a way to facilitate communication and allow spirits inviting them in. Okay, it comes down to the intent of the practitioner. In fact, not so ironically, in Spirit Worlds, this beautiful book from the Library of Esoterica, they talk about Ouija boards, and there's a lot to it. Like Ouija boards, they actually came from a medium in the late 1800s who was doing seances, and they asked the board with the planchette, they asked what they should call it, and the spirit said Ouija. And there's like a theory that it's based off of two words, like one German, one Hebrew, but apparently that's not right. Apparently it's just, that's what the spirit said, call it Ouija. And her brother-in-law, Elijah Bond, patented the first Ouija board. Then it got stolen. The idea got stolen by a businessman named William Fuld, who had a Ouija board factory in 1927 from which he was on the roof and he fell to his death. Very strange. And then in 1966, Parker Brothers acquired the rights and rebranded it. Curious timing, because in 1966, that was called the first year in the Age of Satan by the Church of Satan, who was established in 1966 on Valpurgis night, April 30th, right before Beltane. So lots of weird stuff going on with the Ouija board. Is the Labubus the same? I don't know. I think it has to do with the intent of the owner. That being said, I also wouldn't want a Ouija board in my house. The beautiful Josie, she had a Ouija board as a teenager, and she had a bunch of weird activity, and they threw it out too. So I don't know. I think it comes down to the intent. Are you trying to open portals and talk to entities? If you have a child that wants one of these things, I mean, it's hard to know. It's hard to make that call. I mean, it's inconclusive to me. I'd have to read the book. Let's put it that way. I'd have to read the book about the monsters, about Labubu, before I could make that judgment call. Okay? So that's it for the show. Let me hit the comments. And while I'm in the comments, go buy some products. I got them all in stock. I need to make room for these George Bush shirts that are coming through, the Skull and Bones shirts. I let you guys vote. And guess what else you're getting? You're getting the Trump Skull and Bones shirt that says Epstein didn't kill himself on the back. So those are going to be limited runs, but I got to make room. So go get some super soft shirts, some signed books, and my goodness, get the mushroom infused coffee, the Mushroomminati Watcher coffee. Does anybody get how funny that is? Mushroomminati Watcher. It's a play on my blog. Do you get it? You get it. You guys get it. If you want to be an elite CrossFitter, you want to get that mushroom infused supplementation in your life, this is the best way to do it. Get caffeinated, get things done, get healthy. You're going to love it. At occultsymbolism.com. Okay. Sorry, I know. Don't you hate it how I got to grift at you guys and yell at you? I hate it too, but unfortunately, we live in a capitalist society, and I got bills to pay. All right? Now, let me get back on the comments here. Matt Rife. Yeah, Matt Rife has a weird face, doesn't he? Botox? Probably did have Botox. More cowbell. Yeah, that was a good joke. Too bad I missed that when I was talking about it. Ed and Lorraine, what a huge coincidence since there's a new Conjuring movie coming out in a month or so. Oh yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, well, I should have picked up on that. And Mercenary, good call. I'm gonna put your brilliant comment up on the screen. You're right. Public relations tactic, maybe. Can we get a full episode on your ghost hunting adventures? Oh, that's interesting. I don't hate that idea. I feel like I've done that on Breaking Social Norms. I feel like I've done that. Let me look it up on the index here while we're hanging out. 'Cause I also have an index on Breaking Social Norms of all the episodes over there. But I want to say that I've done one on ghost hunting. Maybe I didn't. I don't see nothing's coming up in my search. I mean, I don't hate that idea. Let me write that down. And Mercenary, good idea. A ghost hunting episode, like a do little ghost stories. I could see if I got photos. I mean, I think I got photos of orbs and stuff. I don't know. Like that was back before it was like I had digital camera stuff. I don't know. Let me look. Let me see what I can do. That's a good thought. I like that. Is Matt Rife that observation stand-up comic dude? Yeah, he's the dude who does the crowd work. He's fine. Look, I'm not a cancel culture kind of guy. He made fun of I think he used the R word, which is like whatever. Like comedians got to have the right to like pick on everybody, I guess. I just think it's like a classless, right? Like a low blow. It's like, come on, man. Like he made fun of someone and like I think he was making fun of like kids having to wear helmets or something. I was like, are you that unoriginal and unfunny? You can't come up like punch up a little bit. I don't know. Like I hate to criticize comics because like it's hard. It's hard. Making people laugh is hard, especially if you're like just talking all day. Like I get it because on this podcast, you got to talk for hours and eventually you're going to say something that comes off insensitive or crude. So like I hate to like condemn someone for that because I think he's actually pretty talented. I actually think his stand-up's pretty good. So I hate to be like that, but I also like I have a hard time with that. I really do. I don't know. It's tough. Tough call. Oh, Divine, are you? Divine says it said they recently brought the doll back over here to Gettysburg. All right, you from that area? That's where I'm from. I'm from Lancaster. I've been to Gettysburg a couple times. I took Josie there once, and she saw a green orb with her eyes. Pretty crazy. Gettysburg's cool though. What a cool city, We stayed in the most haunted room in Gettysburg. I forget the name of it. It was in a hotel. I think the name was like Rebecca Black or something. We didn't get any activity though. We're going back like 20 years ago. Yeah, the Saturn series is going to be fire. Thank you for your good vibes. I appreciate you. Let Dane cook. Church is the narthex, but we don't have them anymore. What? Oh, what did I ask you, Luce? I asked you something, and I think you're answering it. What was I asking you? I mean, that's an Orthodox thing, right? What? No, I was asking you about Descendant. So I'm not really sure who you're talking to there. Are you going to cover anything Sydney Sweeney? She has a bunch of one-eye symbolism and a monarch butterfly picker 3. MAGA clings to any celebrity slightly right of left wing nut. I don't know. It's not a bad idea. I've seen Immaculate. I thought that was a pretty crazy movie. Super heretical, but is good as far as a horror movie goes. You couldn't reach certain areas of the church if you hadn't been initiated. Oh, okay. Yeah, like you couldn't get into the narthex maybe, I guess. Wait a minute. No, what's the nave is where the narthex is the front of the church. I think everyone can go there. It's the nave that you can't get into. She's got to have some PSYOP BS given the timing of the Epstein files. Yeah, okay. That's probably talking about Luna, right? Yeah, Jam Scan. I'm trying to dodge the canceling of the YouTube, but talking about Taylor Swift, never a good move. Also, by the way, where can I get my OG vanilla woke gangster? Oh, I don't have any of the original shirts left. The old logo, I don't have any. Maybe someday I'll run a limited run on that. Oh, Nikki, you talked to Isaac Cappy a bit when he came out. Oh, what do you mean you talked to him? Like for real, for real? Yeah, Trevor says he thought Weapons sucked. I haven't seen Weapons. I watched the trailer and I thought it looked stupid. Everyone's telling me to watch it though, so I'll watch it. Yeah, I agree. I can't stand the passive aggressive back and forth. It's like just tell us the truth or name names or show us the evidence. But I mean, that's easy for us to say, right? Like on the other hand, it's like these people have like their lives at risk, I guess. But it's like, then why say anything? Like why say vague stuff and then not tell me who's messing with kids? If you want to say vague stuff and then not tell me, like Luna on the Joe Rogan, she's like, I've seen the photos, it's real. Just show us the photos. Quit talking about it. Like, I'm so fed up with it. I'm just like either shut your mouth or you're either grifting and a liar or you're going to show me something. Like, that's how I feel about it right now. And I don't, maybe it's just like all these normies since 2020 decided that they want to believe in conspiracies all of a sudden. And now they're, wow, can you believe it? There's a thing called the Book of Enoch. Like, yeah, chick, we've been talking about it. Where you been? And like, just because you guys are all like excited about this, like, I don't want to wait 10 more years for you to catch up and show me the evidence. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get irritated by it. It's because the T levels are too high, I think. Nikki, I thought Weapons was bad first. Watched them, listened to a breakdown, then heard from a director and researched and enjoyed it. Okay, well, all right, I'll check it out. Cappy was planted to throw people off. Oh, interesting, maybe, huh? If you ever watched Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1, the character Finnick exposes that he basically gets pimped out. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess so. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't remember specifically, but I think I know what you're talking about. Interesting. Remember the movie Drag Me to Hell? I do, but I don't remember much about it. I think Justin Long was in that, wasn't he? And Mercenary, not victim shaming, but where are their parents? I mean, I'm not saying keep your kids shut in, but damn, be more vigilant. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I keep tabs on my dog. Like, where are these parents at letting their kids hang out with adults? Like, it's weird. Thank you, C. White. Appreciate you. If you're a Gen Xer, a lot of our parents didn't give a crap where we were. Well, I mean, that's kind of true. I mean, I was sneaking out, going to parties and stuff. So, I mean, I guess so. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's a fair rebuttal. Yeah, because I was hanging out. Dude, I was like partying with adults. Like, looking back on it, I'm like, man, I was probably like this close to getting messed with as a kid because I was hanging out partying with adults. They were giving us all kinds of things I don't want to say on here. But looking back on it, I'm like, wait a minute. I was like a teenager. What were they doing hanging out with us, partying with us? That's weird. It's kind of weird. Thank you, Comic Book Joe. Appreciate you. Yeah, Longlegs. I did a whole show on Longlegs. That was a great one, too. That's a great breakdown. That was a very fun one. Check that one out, too. Labubu is a marketing ploy? Yeah, maybe, huh? Buy Labubu stuff with Dubai chocolate. Boom. See what? You got it. That's exactly it. I actually messed with that Dubai chocolate. Oh, baby. If you get it right, that Dubai chocolate hits. You get it right, ironically, you got to buy it from like the gas stations for like a $15 chocolate bar. But if you get it right, it hits. I'm a big Shake Shack fan, and they had a Dubai chocolate shake. Hated it. It's terrible. But man, you get a Dubai chocolate bar that hits right, you'd be like, oh, I get the hype. The hype is real. The hype is so real. Comic Book Joe said, I just heard the story that Ed Warren had a girl locked up in their house and Lorraine knew about it for years. What? Whoa. Major key alert. Are you kidding me? I'm looking that one up. I'm fact checking that one, bro. Ed Warren locked up in home. I don't know. How do I look that up? Oh, it's bringing up all the. I'm going to locked kid up, maybe. What is this? Information suggests that Ed Warren, known for his work as a paranormal investigator with his wife Lorraine, was accused in 2017 of having a sexual can I say that on here? I don't know. Relationship with a woman named Judith Penny for 40 years, starting when she was 15 and he was in his mid-30s. Penny claimed that she became pregnant with Ed's child in 1978 and that Lorraine persuaded her to get an abortion, citing potential scandal. What? Oh, my goodness. That wasn't even what you said, but that's crazy, too. Man, you might have opened a whole can of worms there. Ed and Lorraine were total weirdos. Is that true? I had no idea. Oh, man. There's so much to know. And Mercenary. After I read Tracy Twyman's Clock Shavings, I will never mess with a Ouija board. Yeah, that'll for sure freak you out. I agree. I read that book too. Man, someone sent me her genuflect. Huge shout out, gratitude for them. I don't know if they want me to say their name or not. I got to read that book. I got to get it done, man. When? Who knows? Captain Howdy. Oh, okay. I had to get rid of the book, The Occult Roots of Nazism, twice out of my house. Ooh. That's a fascinating subject matter for sure. I'm super into like the documentaries. I could watch that on repeat. Any kind of occult Nazi documentary. Oh, man. As someone who used to be heavily into witchcraft, I'm anti-Ouija. Okay. All right. Shout out Hunter. Grifter Alley. Yeah. Magic the Gathering cards, and I had a few unexplainable things happen. Okay. Only buy Jamscan. I only buy homemade extra weird Ouija boards. By the way, my neighbor had one from the 1800s in his attic. Okay, yeah, that was one of the original ones then. My boy Dr. Anteater, back in the day, he was buying crazy Ouija boards. I'll have to ask him which if he's still got them. He had some like really like possessed ones and crazy stuff. Grifting hard. yeah, I'm always grifting hard, baby. Divine, can free feeds access the archive list for BSN? Yeah. Let me clarify the question. Yeah. So Breaking Social Norms has a free feed as well. We do bonus content on there sometimes. It's not like my podcast where I do it monthly. We just do it when we find the time that we can sort of make that happen. Breaking Social Norms merch. Yeah, I need to get shirts going. That's one of my projects I got to do. In fact, we're soliciting for some cool taglines for the back of the shirt right now. She got a really good one the other day. What was it? Hey, Josie. Oh, she can hear me. She has her headphones on. She's listening to them horny Harry Potter books right now. What do you think of the idea that mushrooms are intelligent? I believe in your area there's a mushroom that's the size of the entire state park and controls the whole plant life in the park. What? Yeah, that is interesting. Like mushrooms have been around for billions of years before humans, and it's they have that mycelium network and stuff. Like mushrooms are fascinating. I got really into mushrooms years ago, but yeah, it's mushrooms are fascinating for sure. All right, Divine, yes. Been to Gettysburg when I was in high school, though. 36. Okay. Yeah, I'm from Allentown, and then we moved to Lancaster. I grew up there, and then I left in the military when I was 18 and haven't looked back. No, I've been back to PA several times to see my family. We'd go to South. My dad's from South Jersey, so we'd be through there a bunch. Leaves of Grass. I live in Oregon. Okay, shout out. I keep talking about it. I need to go to Oregon, man. Beautiful area up there in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. The largest mushroom in Oregon, and also considered the largest living organism on Earth by biomass, is an enormous colony of Armillaria ostoyes. Yeah, all the good mushrooms come up from Oregon, I think, huh? I had a chef make this. Oh, what was it? Man, what was it? We had a pasta with. I can't think of the name of the mushroom now. It's one of those really hard to find mushrooms. It was so good. Oh my gosh. I keep thinking farfalle, but that's the name of the noodle. But Mantels, what the hell was it called? Anyway, cool story, bro. All right. All right, Renee's from PA too. Shout out PA. Richard Bear used to live in Wichita Falls. Yeah, I went to tech school in Wichita Falls, Texas. Is that what we're talking about? when I was an ammo troop. We were stationed down at Shepherd Air Force Base, and there was absolutely nothing to do in Wichita Falls, Texas. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm almost caught up here. Then we'll be out of here. Oh, wow, I got an almost 2-hour show here. Unheard of, uncharted territory for this podcast. I would also buy a Taylor Swift The Antichrist shirt. That's funny. I actually bought one of the Mark of the Beast Taylor Swift shirt from, what's the name? This is why I don't do 2-hour shows. I can't think. Someone made one online, and it's a super uncomfortable shirt. It's super thick cotton. It's terrible, which is why I hate it. I'm like, why do they sell these shirts? I realize they're cheaper to buy these Gildan cardboard shirts. I get that, but wouldn't you want people to actually wear the shirts? Like, it's so uncomfortable and thick. I'm like, this is a terrible shirt. Meth Syndicate, that's who it was. They had a cool Taylor Swift shirt, but it's like, bro, just make it comfortable and charge me $2 extra, please. Tay-Tay soaks up Satan in the tub t-shirts. That's a good one. Yeah, so Gen X just comes home when the streetlights are on. Yeah, that's kind of how it used to be. Richard, you should check out Super Retro Podcast. I was shouting them out at the beginning of the show because I stole their mailbag idea. But I'm Gen X barely. I'm born in 1979, so I'm kind of on the cusp. I kind of get both generations, millennial and Gen X. So I kind of get it. But that's Super Retro. They cover a lot of that area of interest for pop culture stuff. Is there a Labubu game? I don't think so. I don't think so. The real Dubai chocolate is toilet girl related. What does that mean, Bonzo? Oh, dear. Okay, everyone's going to watch Weapons. That's our homework here. Sometime this week, maybe next. Yeah, I can't believe the Ed Warren thing. Someone dropped a bomb on here about the Ed Warren thing. Long Legs was such a letdown. So, to be fair, Divine, it's slow and it's not super engaging, but there's a lot going on there from the occult perspective. And I do think Late Night with the Devil was a more enjoyable film to watch, more palatable. So I kind of agree with that. What's up, Jillian Seed? Late to the stream? Don't take it as disrespect. I'm just kidding. Was I calling you guys losers? The non-live losers? I was just joking. I'm always joking, right? I want you guys to know that. I've been following you and Sam for a long time. I've seen you and the missus on his show. It looks like you've been taking her to the gym with you. Well, that's nice, I guess. A shirt that says horny books or weird horny. Okay, that's a good idea. Portland's mayor in the 70s. Neil Goldschmidt had an affair with his daughter's teenage friend. He won an election as the state's 33rd governor. Ugh. The Newkirks from the Hellier Show have a podcast episode breaking down the iniquities of the Warrens. Really? From the Hellier Show? I didn't know they had a podcast. Let me look that up. Newkirks Hellier Podcast. Is it called The Haunted Objects? Ed Warren. Interesting. I didn't know that they were doing a show. Okay, all right. I've seen the Hellier series. I've seen both seasons of it. Because they were talking about Alan Greenfield's book from the Secret Cipher Knot of the UFOs. The Smurf movies. Oh, dear. That's tough. That's a tough sell for me. Sorry, Blue Skies, Clearwater. You down in Florida? Clearwater, Florida? Tit Talk. Buy the coffee. It's got the shrooms. It's got the good shrooms. It's got a blend of shrooms, okay? Let me tell you what's in here. Reishi, chaga, masima, lion's mane, turkey tail, shiitake, blase, agarikon, and oyster. Morels. Kitty Mama, God bless you. Morels is the mushroom I had at the at the place where the chef had this special sort of dish for us. I was like, bro, I never had anything so good in my life. Those damn morels, so good. Chanterelle Okay, yeah, I think in my brain I was comic book Joe. I was thinking about chanterelles, but I was thinking for far off farfallies. Oh my god, I gotta go. My brain's not working. New horror film Alma and the Wolf, filmed in Pacific City, Oregon by Astoria. Okay. I want to go to Astoria someday. I want to go to that Goonies house. Were you born on the 7th or 16th or 25th? No, I was born the November 22nd, 11/22. Very conspiracies in my blood because JFK, of course, blasted on the 11/22. Descended the movie like the Fourth Kind sequel. Oh, maybe I've never heard of it. I didn't know there was a sequel to the Fourth Kind. What do you think about this 3-eye Atlas space object? I didn't even know about it, Brandon. Sorry, I'm tuned out apparently. Gillian said, apparently morels are hard to find, but Wisconsin has a festival. Okay. Funnier than Seth Rogen? No, I don't believe that. Brandon, I don't buy that. Seth Rogen pretty funny. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. I loved him in like those movies from the 2010s. A lot of people are allergic to morels or chanterelles and don't know it. Oh, didn't know that. Maybe I got lucky then, I guess. North Dog Production says, just finished The Shining. I heard if you play it forward and backward together, it syncs with itself. Yeah, you know what? I didn't cover that on the deep dive, huh? I probably should have done that. I didn't do it myself, but I've heard that if you listen to, man, who was doing a podcast? There was like this 3-hour deep dive into The Shining, and this, I think it was Recluse. Was it him that was on there talking about doing that, like syncing it that way? Yeah, thanks, Jillian Seed. Appreciate you. Yeah, George A says this shroom coffee's fire. Straight Dylon. Top 3 rappers, Dylon, and Dylon. Hot fire. OccultSymbolism.com. Support your favorite show. Buy that coffee. Get it out of here. Dubai Sheiks fly out models. Yeah, I've seen that, Bonzo. They go doo-doo on the models. Very weird. Dubai chocolate, the candy, is a distraction. Okay, I dig it. Did you ever look up David Lynch saying Lolita was his favorite movie? No, I didn't. Oh, boy, I hope not. I mean, he was a big Kubrick fan, right? Jay says, I wasn't the biggest fan of weapons. Watch Eddington. There's an MK Ultra Katy Perry moment. Oh, interesting. I like that your podcast has original ideas from your head knowledge research. Thanks, you Jam Scan. I've been warming up to social norms, but Josie hates men a little too much. She lays off the hate. She's just, you know, she's not a fan of the patriarchy. That's okay. We're OG granola wokesters over here. She loves men. Actually, I could get her up here. She could explain herself if you want. She actually loves men. She just wants us to do better. Okay. And I don't disagree with her. I think men can show up better. I think we have potential to be heroes, and a lot of us choose not to do that. And I think we should all try to strive to be heroes, stewards of our planet, protectors of our women, our wives and children. I think we should all do all those things. It's a high bar, right? We need to step up and do better. Not all of us, of course. You might be great at it. I don't know. I'd try my best. I think some guys don't even try it, and you think guys like Andrew Tate are the way to go, and it's like, no, that ain't it. And I think that's where she gets kind of like fired up about it, is because like she respects and loves men so much. And like I know her personally, obviously, and her family, and like they respect men, like put them on a pedestal. And I think that's a position that should be earned, right? Especially in like the Greek culture, it's very much like that. It's the men kind of get away with murder, and it's, you know, I think you should earn that spot. I don't think it should just be given. But anyway, I say all that to say I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you listening to it, even if it is like triggering at times. I don't use that in a way of like demeaning, but like even if it's like stuff, because like I'll listen to a lot of stuff, and like I know it's challenging when I hear stuff that's like I disagree with, and I appreciate that you're a real one that can kind of like stay in there. That's cool. I'll tell her to chill out. I'm the man hating. She gets a lot of grief for that. I think it's hard because like, and if you listen to the show, I'm generally try to be more defensive because I'm like, hey man, a lot of us men are doing good stuff out here, and I see it. I my friends are doing good stuff, and they're doing, it's not all men. Hashtag not all men. That's like that's a point of tension on our show we go through a lot. Oh, okay. Where are we at? Man, a lot of comments. Man, you guys weren't lying. Sunday night is when it was popping. Blue Bean coming. And Mercenary says Josie is not a man-hater. Appreciate it. Yeah, you must listen to the show. Yeah, you got to kind of, if you don't listen to the show regularly or you don't catch the whole argument, like I totally see how people think that. That's not the truth, but if you don't catch the whole argument or you only listen to like one episode, sometimes you'll get that vibe. Samael says the RBC logo is Yaldabaoth with his hand on the world. What is RBC? I don't know what that means. RBC logo? Man, you guys are giving me a lot of homework here. RBC, the Royal Bank of Canada. Oh, you're right. It is. It's a lion with his little paw on a globe. Ryder Lee. What about Ryder Lee? I had him on a couple months ago. Did you know that? In fact, that Luna interview with Joe Rogan, she talks about his expertise, Stargate. Oh yeah, Doom. Lucia, good point. Doom, the video game, is there's a lot of conspiracies about Doom, and they were using demons for knowledge. Yes. Sorry, gotta clear my throat. Yeah, Jillian, my camera flickers. I don't know what it is. It's when I go 720p. I need to take it down to 480p. It's annoying. I gotta buy a new camera, but I just bought this camera. It's like a $200 camera. It's a highly recommended Logitech Brio. For whatever reason, I gotta just buy another one. I just like buying equipment sucks. I just bought a giant tripod and teleprompter thing. And Mercenary, I'm a man. I love Josie's energy and her feedback. I may not always agree with her, but she's cool. Yeah, I agree. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's all you can ask for, right? She means well. I promise you guys. She just be talking shit sometimes. What's up with martial law in D.C.? What's finna happen? Check out my Substack, illuminatiwatcher.substack.com. My recent article is about exactly that topic. It's dark enlightenment territory. Leaves the Grass says, Josie's super cool. I love all the Josie love. Great. Thank you, guys. Podcast is usually the exact amount of time it takes me to mow my lawn, so I might just subscribe for that alone. Hashtag not all men. Yeah. Where's my men? Okay, man, I'm hot. I gotta go get something to eat here. Man, you guys are really popping in the comments. I can't go. I got comments to read here. Oh, Ryder Lee might have been the one spoken about the front and backwards play in The Shining. Maybe he's covered The Shining pretty in depth too. It's one of those topics that almost every truther covers at a certain point. You know what I mean? Yeah, Brandon, she cracks me up. She be hitting the worst of us on the head. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the gear's expensive, but I am going to fix the camera. I'm going to buy a new camera. It's just sometimes it doesn't flicker, sometimes it does. So it's like I'm on the cusp. I'm like, should I get it? I don't know. If Xena's agents keep tabs on you, that's why the camera flickers. Yeah, that's it. All right. Oh, Brandon said Clockwork Shining is where he talks about it. Oh, he might actually. You might be right. I should know that. I just watched it a few months ago, but Anyway, okay. That's all I got. Again, occultsymbolism.com, coffee, shirts, books. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me on the chat. That was fun. Maybe I'll keep doing it on Sunday night. I mean, there's a lot of people in here talking, so that's what I'm here for. So I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the show. You got 1 minute. Any last burning questions, concerns, comments? Drop them, and then we're going to go. Yeah, thank you, Leaves the Grass. Appreciate you. Yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed connecting with you guys. This is something I've been putting off for a long time, and now that I'm rebuilding another YouTube channel, it's a great excuse to do it. So, cheers. Thank you for all your support, everybody. Appreciate you. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Have a great week at the dreaded day job. And until next time, stay positive.